So we are live. We are live. And the Ortho Bro community is manifesting in the Twitter world. Dyer manifesting, foaming out the mouth. All these guys are manifesting. And guess what? I'm going to show you guys all the manifesting. I've reached out to multiple people on Twitter. I told them, hey, come by, join the platform. Let's have a debate. Let's have a discussion. And guess what happened? None of these guys did that. There was one EO dude who said he's going to hop on and talk to me about intercession of the saints. But today we have a special guest. You guys will never guess who it is. We have Mauler, of course, Brother Mauler. You talk to Mauler. Why would I talk to Mauler? You talk to Mauler. And then we have Brother Zanzi here. God bless you, Brother Zanzi. How's it going, man?
I'm doing good, man. God bless. How you doing?
Yes. So we're going to have a lot of people in the EO community watching here today. And I think I got to fix my mic. Let's see. Let's make sure my mic is good. No, yeah, it's the input. Home. This should sound better now, a little bit more clear, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm here. I told all the EO community, all of them, I said, feel free to join this live stream. Let's have a discussion. So to the EO community, don't be scared. We have 71 people watching here. Ruslan is watching. I don't know if Ruslan's going to join a little bit later, but we have all the people from the EO community. They've been manifesting. They've been going crazy, and they've been losing. Do you know how we know they're losing? Let's go on Twitter. Let me show you guys how my Twitter looks. I've been called a pussycat. I've been asked if I give men oral sex. I've been all of these things. They have told me this. Now you have white people saying the N-word. And then, fine. You want to say the N-word? I get you there. We can have a discussion on that. But now people are calling Ruslan a pussycat for not also saying the N-word. And this is a word that we all know Ruslan deems to be a sin because he doesn't say it. And then I told the dude who said that, hey, how about you join my open panel so we can talk about all of this nonsense? About the N-word. He goes, oh, well, Jesus said mean things. I said, absolutely. Let's read contextually what Jesus was saying. Contextually. Oh, no, JP, I want to talk to you here on Twitter. I want to talk to you here on Twitter. No, you're not going to talk to me on Twitter. Oh, JP, I want to talk to you on Discord, which I'm going to show you guys my DMs. I don't give a darn. Let's see if I have anything private going on in the DMs. Give me a sec. Okay. You know what? I'll just show the DMs. I don't give two darns. We're gonna go in the world, the secret world of DMs. Okay, fellas. Now, what is JP's DMs look like? Well, here we have Indiana Bronner. We have Redeem Zoomer. I was just chatting with him. We have Idol Killer. We have How to Be Christian. He's the famous Catholic apologist that makes videos on James White. But who cares? This is the world of JP. Okay? This is the world of JP. That's Redeem Zoomer there. But let's look at some of these DMs, man. Oh, wow. So people are deleting DMs. Interesting. So I told this brother here, hey, let's have a discussion because you clearly disagree with the position of, I didn't know you could delete DMs on Twitter. Maybe you can. Who knows? Maybe he pays for it. But let's see. Look. Oh, look. Special appearance. Even Alton is getting. Even Alton is engaging with this guy. Look at the language. Look at the language. And this isn't even gonna touch the tip of the iceberg. It's gonna get even worse. The language here. Okay. Now this guy tweets a lot, but let's see where the heck are the tweets that he has with me. But let's look at my mentions, man. Let's look at my mentions. Now watch this. Look at this. Look at this. You as a Christian shouldn't be calling people online. Now, this is a guy that's clearly on our side. But this is because people online are now saying that you can call people pussycats and ninjas online. Okay? Because Jay Dyer. Look at this. Just look at this. Now, guess how many of these guys are pulling up? Not a one. Not a one. Okay? Now, this particular guy right here, he's trying to defend Jay Dyer and defend the fact that Ruslan doesn't say the N word. Okay? Well, he's trying to defend Jay Dyer, and then he's saying, then this guy right here is trying to pin me on Christian King. He goes, look at what Christian King says, JP. You're wrong because Christian King does blasphemous things. Why he say F me for? Right, Mauler? I can't hear you, Mauler. I can't hear you. You're probably muted.
Yeah, you're muted, Mauler.
Yeah. Let's see. Let me see, Mauler. Yeah. Yeah, Mauler, you're muted. But as Mauler figures that out, just talk whenever you're unmuted, Mauler. Just talk whenever he's going to come back. But as you guys can see, now we have people blaming me for what's been going on with CK with these thumbnails. And of course, none of these guys, I'm like, what's going on? Look, I've seen your one-on-ones, what they devolve into. What? I've had many good one-on-ones. Here's this guy, Alex, who's now critiquing Ruslan as well. He's been critiquing Ruslan, because he says that Ruslan was wrong for what he did. And I don't think Ruslan was wrong for what he did. Again, this guy over here justifying the N-word, doesn't want to defend it, but he wants to tweet. Now, this guy right here says, what is the fruit according to your personal interpretation of scripture? Because I told him he had rotten fruit. I told him, hey, hop on. I said, would you like to go live? He doesn't want to go on live and talk. So these guys don't want to go live and talk. Again, look at all of this, people posting links. Just look at this. This brother here is supposed to join up and talk in about a couple of minutes. So we'll see how that goes. But let's continue going. Now, you see HHS showing me some support. Again, let's carry on. Let's see if this is Mauler. Oh, that's not Mauler. Okay, we have the EO dude that joined. Mauler will be back in a second. All right. So we have an EO dude that joined, and so we'll see. He's one for 80. He's 1 for 80. How's it going, Anthony?
How's it going, buddy?
It's all right, man. So
gosh, man, this camera makes me appeal as a ghost.
Yeah, I appreciate that you were probably the only respectful person out of the group of savage dogs that were on that Twitter. I mean, they were savages. But I figured, hey, you know what? I don't want to do the tweeting. I don't know if you were looking at my Twitter. I think you did see it. But my common response to everybody was, I'm going to be live at 8 p.m. Eastern. Feel free to join the panel and have a discussion. Now, in our particular case, we do have my buddy Zanzi here. He's a Christian like I am. He's a Protestant. And, let's just have a conversation. Now, I recall you were respectfully doing so. You were critiquing that my position on intercession of the saints, correct?
I mean, asking questions about it for sure.
Sure. So what is, you said you're leaning EO, but you're not necessarily there. What was the ordeal?
I am Orthodox. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I've been for about 3 years now. So
okay, cool.
Coming right up on 3 years. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So then, okay, awesome. So then let me ask you this, brother. So you've seen some of my statements on the particular topic. So what would you say?
A few of them, just so you know. But go ahead.
Yeah. Fair enough. So of what you've seen, what would you say your critique is on that?
I mean, critique. Like I said, I like to try to understand people. I don't want to treat anybody as like oh, I'm talking to a Protestant. I'm talking to JP. So and no offense. I haven't heard of your channel before, so I'm not familiar with your beliefs, what you believe, which is why I was kind of asking those questions on the Twitter X or whatever.
Yeah. So basically, we were supposed to start at 8 o'clock, but I'm going to be reviewing Ruslan's video that he did. I'm going to review some of that, on the Bless God Studios. So I'm gonna do that after this conversation. But
Okay.
I figured, hey, you know what? Let's get it going. Um, so yeah, brother. So me as JP and Zanzi here, we do not believe in the doctrine of intercession of the saints. We believe that the doctrine is false. Reason being, as I mentioned earlier, and I was having a discussion, not a discussion, but a bit of a back and forth with, uh, what's his brother's name? Um,
Was it Barrel Age Faith?
yes,
Yeah, okay.
yes,
I think I seen
him,
that. Yeah.
and then also Alex Soren.
Mhm.
And so I just figured, hey, you know, you're here, I'm here, and I reject the doctrine, because again, it doesn't show up till after the ante-Nicene and Apostolic Fathers. I think that's a bit of a problem, especially when the doctrine's a dogma and you have to believe it. If the doctrine is false, that means that the Eastern Orthodox Church is false, and so I see a bit of issue there. What would you respond to that? Would you say that the Eastern Orthodox Church it developed the doctrine and it kind of came out of nowhere? Do you have something substantial? Because the
Yeah.
EO claim is that you guys started from the very inception, that you guys are the true church from the New Testament all the way up to now. Nothing has changed. Everything has been the same. So obviously, where would you have said that this doctrine came from?
So when you say it doesn't show up until you said after the ante-Nicene Fathers, I believe is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
mean it
Ante-Nicene and
doesn't show up?
Apostolic Fathers.
Okay, that it doesn't show up in a because I know we had talked a little bit on X, and you had said, yeah, there's evidence of the practice even in like pagan societies.
Yeah. So what I was saying is that if the argument is going to be that the catacombs are
Mhm.
proof for intercession of the saints, the Egyptians and sorry, my dog is Faith. Damn. Yeah. If we're going to say that intercession of the saints is true because the catacombs had them in there, um, Egyptians and other pagan societies, they all did the same thing. I wouldn't say that that's proof.
So yeah, I guess my statement, or I'll say the reason why I would believe, I'm not sure about the logical category of proof because I think it gets kind of hairy when you get into
Yeah, it just needs to be shown.
but
Yeah, it needs to be
yeah,
taught. Like, where is this taught? Where does it come from? And so kind of like that.
right. So what I would say for me personally is that I believe it because I trust the church. I wouldn't say, oh, I believe intercession is true because of the inscriptions in the catacombs or whatever, whatever else it may be. Um, my confusion, I guess, would be then if we're working on the standard that anything that is not found in the Ante-Nicene Fathers
Hold
is
on,
a
Mauler, mic check. I can't hear you, brother.
Make sure you check your default mic, Mauler. Yeah.
Yeah, check your default mic. Let me see. Hold on. It says you have a black hole 16ch virtual. Then you have Rodecaster.
All right, how about this one?
Yes.
That's
All
good.
right, my fault. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Why I switched.
Yeah. So luckily I can see your computer settings through this, and you had your microphone on a black hole 16. I see all your mics here.
And now it's
So
on Pro Chat. Okay, perfect. I just wanted you.
yeah.
Sorry,
All right.
didn't know that.
So brother, so you said that it's because you trust your church.
Yeah.
But then my question would be, where did your church get it from? See? Because in the paradigm of evangelicalism, we can say, and granted, Zanzi and I, we don't agree on everything. We can have discussions and debates, but at least we can say we're debating the scripture and we come to our conclusions based on the scripture. And so something at least is there.
Yeah.
Whereas when it comes to intercession of the saints, the doctrine doesn't seem to exist. It magically appears in the 4th century. And I would say that's a problem. And so I get that you trust your church, and I love it. I love that you trust your church. I love that you're Christian. I would never tell you leave the Eastern Orthodox Church. I wouldn't do that. You have to make your own mind, your own decision. You have a relationship with God. But so that's not on me. I'm not any authority
No,
figure
you're
or
fine.
anything
You're
like
fine.
that. So, just to show you respect there, brother. But
That's fine.
that's where it gets a little bit difficult, because I can't just blindly just say I trust the church.
Well, I guess, yeah. Two questions I would have is,
Yeah, go ahead.
what, when you say like it magically appeared in the, I think you said the 4th century. If there are, I'm not saying the inscriptions in the catacombs are proof in themselves of the doctrine, but as historical testimony to, support the claim that it existed before the 4th century, that seems like valid evidence for that.
Yeah,
What do
but
you think?
I would ask what, and that's where I say, what
Mhm.
apostolic or anti-Nicene church father even referenced this? You see what I'm saying? And
I
that's where I would
do,
say,
yeah.
because if your church existed from the 1st century and even before that, right,
Mhm.
a little bit before the 1st century, which my math is all out of whack. We understand the Book of Acts was in the 1st century.
Yeah,
Mauler,
yeah, yeah.
but before, whatever the case, right? Or even if we get into the Old Testament, right? Or even if we get into the deuterocanonical books, it's not taught anywhere, right? And that's my issue. That's my struggle. That's why I'm not an EO. I was inquiring for the EO church. I was considering becoming EO. I have a bunch of witnesses in the chat that can attest to that. But I couldn't make the leap because some of these doctrines are just non-existent. And I get the trust thing, but that's the problem, So
So,
go ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
Well, my question would be like, I don't think that we would need and I mean, on one hand, standards of trust are different for each person, right? So if you are not, if that is too high of a standard for you, that's perfectly fine. I'm not judging you for that.
Do you
Um,
think it's fair,
yeah.
brother? Do you think it's fair for me as a skeptic to say, hey, the reason I'm not joining the EO church is because this doctrine seems to not exist?
Well, my confusion would be, I think there are some doctrines that we all accept that are not taught in those eras. So, for example, the canon of scripture, the 66 book canon of scripture. I'm not making the canon argument here, just so you know, but
No, that's fair.
if you're looking at just the apostolic fathers, and again, when I hear apostolic fathers, I'm thinking of like Saint Ignatius, Saint Polycarp,
Yeah,
Saint
not
Clement of
just
Rome.
apostolic, but just apostolic and anti-Nicene.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
in that case, I would think it would be kind of a difficult standard to establish other doctrines on, if
Yeah, here's what I would say.
if we require that. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
and here's what I would say. That's a good argument, but the issue I have, and listen,
Mhm.
again, I'm trying to be charitable here and fair. The issue that I have is that the canon of scripture, yes, it was composed through the church through the power of the Holy Spirit. We agree, but prayer is something that happened all the way back from the Old Testament, all the way to the New Testament. The early church, prayer, right? Prayer is something that was always occurring, and for this not to happen 400 years later, right, it's troubling. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're
Yeah.
telling me that Peter, Paul, all these guys were praying, and they left out this important key detail that didn't show up to the 4th century, that we can pray to saints in heaven. It just doesn't add up. And even when I grant the Catholic canon, which has a
Mhm.
couple of extra books, because people say, hey, Protestants, you're afraid of the deuterocanonical books and things of that sort. Because they do tell me that. They go, JP, you're afraid of those books. I go, but even those books don't teach the doctrine. Um, Nowhere in those books do you see somebody praying to a saint in heaven. So I just think those things are problematic. But brother, just to share the spotlight,
Yep.
unless there's anything else you want to say about intercession, Zanzi's more versed on other things, and so is Mauler, if you would like to engage them. So Zanzi, go ahead, brother.
Hey, you said that you're okay not seeing the doctrine come up prior to the Ante-Nicene Father, right?
Well, I mean, by doctrine, do you mean like a specific formulation of it or something like that?
Well, I would say, you would want to see evidence of it. For example, when we talk about any Protestant doctrine, right, you would expect the Bible to teach that. For example, well, actually, this would be a good example for you guys. When you talk about the Eucharist, you guys would immediately go to the Apostolic Fathers, and be like, "Oh, look, see, this is what the Church has always taught about the Eucharist," for example, or baptism or something like that, right? So this practice that you guys have, if it does go back to the apostles, would you think it's important that you can trace the line back to the apostles in some way, shape, or form?
Well, I mean, I think that at some point, like I said, with the, I don't want lines to get crossed here. So if I'm bringing up a point that's already, that you guys feel has already been addressed, then, you know, that's fine. Make me aware of that. But I don't think that we need explicit proof of every given doctrine. So I'm not going to say, for example, that I know infallibly that, and this is, again, this is my personal attitude on it. So I'm not going to say that I'm not going to say that any given Protestant doctrine is infallibly, certainly false just because we don't see evidence of it yet, or because we don't have any evidence of it. History is it's not a snapshot, right? You get like little bits and pieces of information that were recorded or found right here and there. Just like until I think it was the early 1900s, you know, secularists were doubting the existence of Pontius Pilate because, it's only in the Bible that you see him. But then they found you guys might be aware of this, but that was it like a chair that he sat on that was
brother Anthony, give me one moment. Palace, what do you believe? Palace, what do you believe?
Can you hear me?
I could hear you. I'd have to raise your volume up because it's very, very low.
Very quiet.
Okay, is it better now?
Yes. What do you believe, brother?
I'm Catholic actually, but I just had like a one point I just wanted to bring up. It's related to the same topic.
All right.
Yeah.
Fellas, no disrespect to you. I know you're a Catholic, but this is more geared towards the Orthodox community. So if you're Orthodox, you can join. If you're a Catholic, CK will be live after a little bit. You can go over there and chat. But for now, we're trying to focus on the Eastern Orthodoxy. That's the whole thing. So if you're a Catholic, I appreciate the support. Thank you for participating. But right now, we're looking to speak to people in the EO community. Carry on, brothers.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess to make it short, I would take a similar attitude to, I guess, probably what you guys would take to Scripture, or what we would take to Scripture also, which is, I don't need archaeological evidence or proof of every single event the Bible states, you know, happened, right? I don't need, you know, the fossilized furnace that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were thrown in with all this proof. You know, at a certain point, I'm just going to start taking things on faith. And if someone doesn't want to do that, I mean, there's, you know, like I said, I'm not going to judge. I'm not going to criticize it. Just, you know, that's what I would say.
Okay, so if your standard is just, I'm just going to trust whatever the church says, that's what it sounds like.
Whatever, just I don't want to interrupt. Just not whatever. Just like I said, I don't need it on every single topic.
Which topics do you not need it on? How do you decide that?
I mean, I don't think there's like a list. It's just me personally. I am not going to require that.
So you kind of are just saying, this topic, I don't need more evidence of what the church has decided. Other topics I might. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, I happen to find intercessory prayer of the saints. I think it's, number one, I think it's biblical. I know that it's very helpful to me on a personal level.
What do you mean by it's biblical?
Good enough for me. Well, I mean, I think that the Bible is clear that we can, you know, ask each other to pray for each other. And I am comfortable with the level of biblical evidence that people in heaven can hear what's happening here or are aware of it.
Okay. Mauler, do you want to take over for a little bit?
Yeah. No, I was just going to ask, so do you believe it's part of practice? So in other words, is it part of your salvation? Because that's really the question. We've been going at this, brother, just so you know, because I haven't really had a chance to talk. I was having trouble with my mic. But why we're even here, why this has even popped off, is like kind of two sort of lanes that have been created. One recently because people snapped at Ruslan, and I think through that, I'm imagining that he associated JP with Ruslan, and then therefore we're associated through Ruslan. So it's like now we have people to attack. But really, me and JP have been talking about this for weeks already. Mm-hmm. And what have we been talking about? We're trying to get a straight answer from EOs. And the answer, I think, is simple, that there's no way somebody could tell us that you could be a practicing EO, in other words, in the church, and not practice intercession. We just don't see how that's possible. And we're getting different answers. We're getting answers from people that say, no, you can. And what happens is, you know, automatically we see that problematic with even what's happening in the Nicaea 2 and just how you live and practice like the overall faith. It's not disconnected. It's an integral part of it. So we're trying to get is clarity as to what that is. If that's the case, that there's EOs out here in the church saying, well, you don't really have to practice intercession. It doesn't have to be something you practice. Well, therefore you don't believe it. And if you're not practicing and believing something, then does it actually, affect your salvation? And I think that's important because we don't want as people being misled. Not that you are, not that anybody else is, but each person is giving their personal belief, and not to be offensive, bro, but it just turns into non-denominationalism. Just to keep
that's fair. I mean, I think part of it. So I'm a huge believer in people not being terminally online, and
that's a good point. Yeah.
That's going to be my response to that is in person. I don't like, and again, maybe I'm a sheltered Midwest boy. I don't know. That could very well be the case. Maybe if I go out to, if I travel to exotic places like I don't know, Montana, I will find Orthodox people that practice completely differently. I don't have infallible knowledge of that, but what I can say is that in any area of life, I would say don't be terminally online. I would say don't get your perception from online is what I would say.
All right. Well, is there anything else you fellas want to tell this, brother? I thank you for this conversation, brother. This was very good.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah, brother, if you have questions to ask, we'll stay as long as you have questions. But if you don't have any questions anymore, anything else to say, then we can continue with the program. So it's up to you, brother. I invited you here.
I just want to ask Mauler. A quick question real quick.
Yeah,
about the topic of doing it. Would you say that it has an effect on your salvation? I think.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, you believe that it does. Ultimately, can an EO not practice intercession? Would it affect their standing in the Lord, meaning their participation in the Lord, and affect their salvation?
I think that it would affect. And I think when most Orthodox people say things, and again, I can't speak for the terminally online crowd.
Yeah.
Can't speak for that. But when people in person say that something is endangers your salvation or something of that sort, they're not saying that you fail the multiple choice question, at the game over screen and you go to hell for it. They're saying it has a practical effect on the way you relate to God. And so I have an actual real example of this, courtesy of a buddy of mine. A buddy of mine is discerning whether he wants to go Roman Catholic or Orthodox. And his dad is a Presbyterian-ish sort of person, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And he was having a back and forth with them about intercessory prayer to the saints. And my buddy used the same line of reasoning that I just did, which is that, I ask you to pray for me. I just don't see I don't see the practical concern of whether the saints in heaven can hear me. I don't see that as like a huge stumbling block. And his dad basically said, you know what, you're right. I just shouldn't ask anyone to pray for me. I just want to ask anyone now. So that was his conclusion. And so I do think that it can have a practical effect on how you view your relationship to other Christians. And I can say my personal application of it, it helps me to remember that, number one, this world is not my home. And number two, that death is not the end, because, as soon as someone passes away, I know this is slightly different, but, me and my family, my wife and kids, we pray for their, soul. We pray that God will have mercy on them, and it just brings to mind that, nope, they're not gone. They're with the Lord. Now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
So, in that sense, I would say it can have an effect, but go ahead.
Could I ask a question about that?
Yeah, go ahead, Roger.
So here's where I think I can amen that, but here's where I think I have a problem with that, and you can correct me. If I, as a Protestant Christian, right, I believe in Jesus, I believe in the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus Christ, right? If I reject intercession of the saints, does that put my soul in danger, according to you?
Well, again, put it in danger in the sense of potentially harming your relationship with Christ, because that's what it's all about, right? It's a relationship with Christ.
No, like I think it's unbiblical. Like if I say it's unbiblical, does that put my soul in danger of, like damnation is what I'm trying to say.
As opposed to what, thinking it's biblical but just not practicing it, or
Yeah. What I'm saying is, if I'm a Protestant Christian, according to you, because with all due respect, every time we talk to an EO, there's different views on how they view salvation. According to you, would you say Protestants who believe in Jesus but reject intercession of the saints, are they saved?
well, I mean, differences in terminology of what the word saved even means. I would not say.
Let me
Real quick, I'll give you a solid answer. I don't believe that by doing this you guarantee yourself damnation. I don't believe that.
If you reject it, you don't guarantee damnation.
I don't believe you guarantee damnation. I don't think it's a 100% chance that you go to hell after that. No.
Okay.
But there's a chance.
Sure, I mean, there's always a chance. Yeah. Yeah.
But the only thing that we'll plead with, because so far right now we're having, I don't know if Zanzi's getting the same answer, but it seems to be there's more people saying it's not required. But at the same time, we're reading some things, like I said, and Zanzi dives more into the actual doctrine and looking up things and specifically dwelling them online. Is that we're getting answers where it seems to be you're charitable with this area. So just look at it this way. If you don't practice it, that typically means you don't believe it. You're not believing, you're not practicing it. Therefore, it's an incomplete life. You're about theosis. You're about participating in the divine life. And this, even in your liturgy, from what we understand, is incorporated in a prayer before you start, before you're taking the Eucharist. So it's a very integral part of your faith. So we would say, if an EO person or a priest or somebody were to say this is the issue. Okay, hey, you can be an EO and you actually don't have to practice intercession. I don't see how that's logically possible. I don't see how that can work. Did I lose connect? Sorry. I don't see how that's possible. It's from my standpoint, but I could be wrong. That's why we have different EOs telling us different things. Like in the backwoods, probably the ortho bros are like, nah, you're crazy, bro. You're cooked. You're going to deny that. Why are you're not even an EO? And I'm like,
probably online ortho bros, very probably.
Yeah. But that's all I'm saying is, so we're getting different answers. And so, and like I said, I appreciate the answers, because I think in the end, that's why the doctrine is problematic. As JP says, he sees that it's not apostolic, or we don't see, let's say, an apostolic, proper apostolic succession or chain, right? Going back and this being taught. That's one element. Now, if it was just that, we might say, all right, what's a cultural practice picked up? But then it turns into it's salvific. Once it gets into that realm, then that's where a lot of people start getting uncomfortable, because it's like, okay, well, then if it's this heavy and it's my salvation at risk and it's an integral part of me participating, right, then I need to see evidence that the apostles were really concerned about this doctrine, this activity, and to practice they wanted us. That's the disconnect. That's where I think it gets really, really tense. And a lot, maybe Protestants and others would say, I don't see how you get there. That's all.
Now, brother, I got a buddy of mine that shot me a little text message giving me a reminder. And you are very charitable, brother. And, I enjoy this conversation. And Anthony, I think you should connect with Zanzi, have a one-on-one conversation, because Zanzi loves doing those things and he's very charitable. Zanzi has already spoken to Alex Soren and good charitable conversations. He gets a little deeper.
Yeah, I recognize you now. Yeah, I knew you were familiar. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Zanzi just sent you his Discord. That's your Discord?
Yeah, that's my Discord. If you want my email, cool. I can send my email too.
Yeah, send your email, brother. Come on. We got to be professional here.
Yeah, because you were talking to Alex and Father Stephen DeYoung. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but so that's Zanzi's email if you want to copy and paste that. But brother, somebody did send me a reminder that intercession of the saints is a dogma. And I do appreciate your charity in saying that if you don't believe this, you're probably not 100% sure damned. But, it's a little problematic, because we've had Orthodox that says you don't have to practice or believe it. You're fine. Some say that you do. So there's the internal struggle there, which we're trying to come to a conclusion. So, that's that. I think it's clear, if you deny the dogma, you're out the church. If you're out the church, you're pretty much you're done. And so
And I'll be honest, Anthony, you're more of the EOs that we have in my Discord, which is, you know, some we can always we agree to disagree on certain things, but it's charity, it's love, and you know, it's always this respect that we have, and a lot of times it's just fellowship. But some have been deterred from even doing that because their stances, and it's never. Remember, this is not a fight that we want. This is not us going, you know, starting to call people different names and going off on people. This started simply with questions. Questions for me started about a year and a half ago when something wasn't adding up. And that doesn't mean that something is false. It's just I think that the possibility of it being true is lower than other possibilities. And that goes across the board as to how you see the church. But we don't have any ill will, and I want to say that I think you reflect more the people that I know to be orthodox, and we just hope that the sort of the temperature chills out, because there's no need for, you know, people to throw shots if you're upset about a video, you know what I mean, with Ruslan or whatever's happening. It doesn't need to get to that level, and if it does, guess what? People are going to follow the person who's leading, and that's what's happening. They're going. JP's showing people going nuts on Twitter.
I agree. Yeah, I don't support the number one. I'm not really a fan. I used to be like a really cage stage Calvinist, and I kind of look back on my old days. And I'm like, I just don't like that aggressive, hostile debate. Right. As I said, I've had more benefit or more success with the just calm conversations. Do you mind if you guys don't have time? I get it,
brother. We have all the time in the world for you, my brother. You're my guest, so we're good. It's whenever you want to leave, we'll continue with the programming. Or if another Orthodox brother joins, we'll add him to the conversation. But if you have questions, we're here to answer those questions.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, just let me know anytime you're ready to move on. Something that I think could be responsible for some of the different answers about how necessary the doctrine is that a lot of times I will say Protestants, and this is something I experience in person on a regular basis. So Protestants and Orthodox people use phrases like need or have to in a different sense. So when I talk to, for example, my old pastor, who I just have endless respect for, just great guy, I love talking to him. I almost have to add a disclaimer with all the statements I make, because I'll say something like, well, you really need to do this, or we believe you need to do this. I'll say, well, so if you don't do it, you're guaranteed damnation. No, I don't mean that. Oh, okay. So it's not really a need, right? And it's like, when my kids come home from school, I say, hey, you need to do your homework, right? In what sense do I mean need, right? I mean need as in it is vitally important, or it is very important, you know, however you would describe that, right? So, you know, hey, you need to drive sober. You know, like there's all sorts of ways in which we use the phrase need that is not, you know,
I think we mean, you know, brother, like salvific. Is this something salvific? Do I need to practice this doctrine? And, you know, we're kind of saying it is a dogma. So the need for this doctrine it's there, right? Because if intercession of the saints is not true, and I get it, I admire that you trust your church to the capacity where you said, you know what? They said it's true. It's true. We get you there. But, you know, again, it's a dogma. And if this doctrine is not true, then, you know, Eastern Orthodoxy claims that they're the one true church, and that if any of their doctrines are wrong, they're no longer the one true church. And so I see problems with this doctrine. This is where I see problems, where first off, as Mauler mentioned beautifully, you have individuals to say you don't have to, and some that say you do. Some say it's a salvation issue, some don't. We were having this debate here the other day. And then, you know, the issue of, is this doctrine found anywhere? And, you know, we already had that conversation, not to go back. So those are kind of the areas there that I think are problematic.
Well, I think in terms of dogma, like I wouldn't even say that you're guaranteed damnation if you're not even Orthodox. So I wouldn't say, and as a matter of fact, I don't know anyone.
Would you say I have a different God?
No. Well, right. I mean, I don't know. No, I wouldn't say that. No.
Yeah, because
I don't think the church is united on that front either.
Yeah,
let me do this.
And I will say this. Hold on, just real quick. I will say I don't pay attention to anything that happens online intentionally. I know that if I go to my parish, if I go to other parishes, I've never heard any priest or anyone say if you're not Orthodox, you're 100% damned.
Yeah, no, and that's the whole point. So what you're pointing out is a tension or struggle that we see in the this is where things advance. So we want to advance with intercession being the springboard, which we've proven it is. And now we're having salvific conversations. Now, guess what? It shifts into something more specific. And the specifics is, what is the movement that we're witnessing? You obviously, sir, are not a part of it. Okay. You're seeing the world from the eyes of mercy and grace, and that there's grace extended to those outside.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. You can't guarantee it, but let me place it. This is where it shifted. There's the ecumenists, and then there's the exclusivists. Okay. Now what's happened is it seems to turn it's been turning into and boiling over into a superiority complex, that the exclusivists say not only are we superior because we have the quote unquote proper faith and everybody else's faith is trash, even down to the very claims of the Trinity formulation, right? Is everybody else is going, it's just wrong. And now it's turned into we got the trophy, we got the prize, and you guys don't. Now, what happens is, as human pride, especially with young men, is that it becomes easily a gang sort of mentality. And now you have people talking to others from this superiority complex that starts to bleed into other things, social economic claims, from your race, from where you live, all this stuff. And that's what we see manifesting online. And that to us is unchristian. But others will say online today, JP's interacting with them, it's not unchristian at all. In fact, you're basically gay if you think so. So that's where this is going. If we were to pull up some scripture right now and read it, you and I would say amen. But there would be people in the chat that would sit there and say, you actually believe that applies in that context? You're gay. Like, what is this, bro? Like, it's getting a little too far. Zanzi, could you do me a favor just to prove the point for the audience? Because I know Anthony's aware of this. In the actual John Chrysostom or the liturgy, can you read that portion that you pointed out to us last time? Because I had some people in the Discord too.
Let me pull it up. 1 second.
Yeah, if we can give them a minute to pull it up, because this is how important we think intercession is. And this is what I was told by a priest, a Greek priest who's now no longer in my Discord. But we had a debate and a conversation about this. And what I was saying is, if these dogmas, if these things are needed, you're going to have an issue. The best that I've gotten from priests is that we'll give you some time to adjust. Understood.
Now, Mauler, before you guys do that, I want to show you guys something. JP, you're a weirdo debating fringe doctrines. Now, check this out. Intercession of the saints is not a fringe doctrine; it's a dogma.
Yeah, I don't understand what that means, man.
But some of these,
how does your bishop let you say that? If you're claiming that he doesn't have a bishop, your bishop would never let you say that.
Yeah.
If your bishop heard you, they'd be like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah. So this is where we've gotten to now, where people are now going, "Oh, JP, intercession of the saints is a fringe doctrine." No, it's not. It's dogma. Go ahead, Zanzi.
Yeah, like one of the things is after the liturgy, you guys practice a prayer of Saint Simeon, right? And part of that assumes obviously that the prayer to the Theotokos, right, where it says, "All holy Lady Theotokos, the light of my darkened soul, my hope and my protection, my refuge, my consolation, my joy," right, and then it talks about how they get to partake in the body and the blood and those kinds of things. This is right before the Eucharist. I'm sure you're aware of that.
Yeah.
Now,
throughout,
and I'm not saying it's a matter of force, but it is assumed that you are praying this as part of coming to the Eucharist and these kinds of things. So when people come to us and says, "Well, you don't have to do it," it is assumed in the liturgy that you're saved by the intercession. The church on earth is saved by the intercession. And then at the end, right before the Eucharist, after the liturgy, you are, assuming you are taking this stuff. So I'm just saying it's not the kind of thing where it's so optional, right? It's not optional in that sense. And then obviously things like Second Nicaea, all of these things affirm this. So again, I'm not trying to be contentious with you. What I am saying is that there is a culture that's going on that's saying that you can reject these and these are not part of the salvation. But your model of salvation is theosis. So in that model of salvation, intercession definitely plays that part, right? If you're praying before the Eucharist and things like that. So I just want to be clear. Here's the thing: you're a very mild and a nice guy. Not all the EOs online are like that. But here's the thing, Anthony. If a lot of people are inquiring into EO and they're being told, nah, you don't have to do this, you don't have to do that. We want to make sure that they're not getting a bad, a bad message right before they're coming in, because coming from a Protestant. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we lost
Everything okay?
Fonzie.
Is everybody good?
Is everybody good? Something
Yeah.
good to go. Okay. Yeah, coming from a Protestant angle, you understand, like, a lot of people are concerned about these things. So again, I don't want to misrepresent EOs. Like, what you're saying right now. Yeah, Protestants can be saved. There's plenty of EOs that even say no. You have to be part of the church and things like that.
Let
So
me address something, Zans.
go ahead.
People keep telling us to call Jay Dyer. I already called into Jay Dyer and I spoke to Jay Dyer and his father. Jay Dyer could come here. I'll be quiet. He'll chat with Mauler. He DM Mauler. He reached out to Mauler. He said he wants Mauler to call into his show. Mauler is here. He can come have a conversation here. If we're three stupid Protestants, if we're retarded, this is what he said about us. Not you, Zanzi, but I'm pretty sure he'll say it if he saw you too, right? For all just retarded Protestants, he can come in here and have a conversation. This brother here is Orthodox. I think this is a brother in the Lord. Look at his fruits. I disagree, right? But this is the difference between an ortho bro and a true Orthodox man. And this is the difference. You can see the fruits. Bible says you shall know them by their fruits. There are Protestants that say Orthodox are not saved, and I will not condemn them either. They have their reasoning, okay? And that's a conversation they must have together. But brother, before I let you go, someone asked me a question via text message because they're intrigued by this conversation. Ask them if, and then we can move on after this because there's a couple of things we want to review. But make sure to shoot Zanzi an email, and I do have your Twitter. So I like to coordinate a conversation between you two. But this is what I got. If someone is struggling with this dogma, will they be welcomed into the church?
Welcomed as in, will they be allowed to join, or welcomed as in, will people be mean to them?
No,
I'll just say they would not. I mean, well, as Zanzi was saying,
let's see. Can you become an official catechumen with struggling with this doctrine?
Catechumen, maybe. You could not. That might not. I'm going to say I don't know about catechumen, but you couldn't. I don't think you could be baptized or chrismated with not accepting the doctrine. And like Zanzi said, you couldn't practically, partake in the liturgy without believing it. So, that's what I would say. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, brother.
Now, as far as with someone judging, no, people will be perfectly kind to you. But yeah, that's it. Go ahead.
Well, thank you, brother. Brother, it's so odd that the sweetest Orthodox dude joined up to have a conversation, and all the guys cursing out my mother, saying if I do oral sex to other men, saying all these nasty things that they said about me. And some said that I'm GAY, others said I'm on my knees, and all these things. None of them joined up, but the respectful Orthodox dude who fears the Lord, who's not an ortho bro, who doesn't go around the internet 24/7, doesn't even know some of these things because he's like, hey, I'm not on the internet 24/7, so I don't know what the consensus is amongst people. He joined up, but the ortho bro community who cursed out my mom, said I'm a homosexual, they didn't join up. So, let that be known. All right. Thank you, brother. God bless you.
Thank you.
All right, man. God bless, Anthony. Thanks for
God
coming.
bless you, Anthony.
God bless.
Thank you for that. Man, that was a fruitful conversation. That was a fruitful conversation. And let me tell you guys why. He's not an ortho bro. It's the ortho bros that I have an issue with, and the dishonest people. Now, if Jay Dyer were really about truth, if he were really that strong man, he'd come here right now. There are people that are on Twitter mentioning Jay Dyer right now, telling him to join on this live stream. And if you guys are nervous because JP and Zanzi are here, don't worry. Mauler will be on a different live stream calling him out by himself. And that'll be happening.
Yeah, well, I want to point this out. The computers say I had no idea what was going on. JP can attest to this. I was working on something else. Glory be to God. I haven't been on Twitter for weeks since the last time I did that. I don't, with what we got going on in the world, I'm just kind of over it. So I haven't been on X. This dude hits me up with a link and says something and says, "Hey, Jay says your name." And I'm like, "Okay, so what happened?" I go into click into X and then I see the link where he's live or whatever. But at the same time, I see my notifications because I don't have it on my phone. I have X basically on the desktop. So I clicked on the desktop and I see notifications. Boom, what do I see? Jay sent me a message. I think it was Friday or Saturday. So he had already kicked it off. And I went scorched earth and started talking about, I want to debate everybody. And then I didn't even know that he had, I was like, the computer say, like, what did I do? I didn't do anything. So I think what's happening is that people are talking about some of these lives that we're having. And as you see, we have a problem. We
Somebody
have there's two separate opinions that we're getting, but then Zanzi and you guys just pressed, and guess what? The brother said, yeah, it makes logical sense that you have to believe this. Correct. So why are there people saying otherwise? I don't get it.
All right. So this guy here said, just talk to Jay Dyer. He said, y'all are low IQ monkeys and y'all are too chicken to debate. Said he'll come up right now and put you in your place. Okay, cool. No problem. So we're going to do this with decency and order. So if he comes up, he's going to talk to the person he called out. I already spoke to Jay Dyer. And if Zanzi wants to get in on that after he speaks to Mauler, he can. And so we'll do that. I don't mind talking to Jay Dyer, but I would prefer him to talk to the guy he called out, and I will not be jumping in, even though I can't.
Is there a reason why he didn't call you out?
Maybe because I don't know. Maybe I'm light skinned. Maybe he just doesn't like dark skinned black people. I don't know. I mean, who knows?
Yeah,
I mean, he's dropping the N-bomb all over the place. So,
It says, what did that? $5? You have to venerate the saints to be in communion in the church. I don't see the problem with just affirming.
Oh shoot, I missed a bunch of super chats. God bless you, Alton. Thank you for the super chat, my brother. God bless you. God bless you, brother. God is great physician. You have to venerate the saints communion. I don't see the problem with just affirming this. It's just
I agree. I don't see a problem with
Yeah, just call it what it is. I mean, why not?
Somebody said he called you out also, JP. Well, JP already went on his platform. So I'm waiting on Jay Dyer. So somebody said Jay Dyer was coming. So we'll wait a couple of minutes, see if Jay Dyer pulls up. Let me see if Jay Dyer's even. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on in the Twitter world. I know Jay Dyer is getting mentioned. I know this. Let's see. Let's look at the replies.
Wait, Mauler, you challenged Jay Dyer? Is that what happened?
No.
Why is he talking about you?
I was gonna go into more detail, but just to give you guys the breakdown. So I guess he had added me on X it looked like on the 17th, which would have been Friday if I'm correct. So Friday or maybe Thursday night, I can't remember. But the point is, I didn't know till yesterday when I opened it because JP had sent me something from X. So I've been on X. So I looked at it and it just said, hey, weirdo, come debate or something like that. The problem is that Jay Dyer had me blocked on Twitter and YouTube. So then what he did was he had to unblock me, I guess, to add me.
All right.
I don't know how it works. But the point is, he sent me the message. So my question is, I want to be able to put together maybe on my live. I'll be honest with you. I'm hoping I'm not getting sick. I had this meeting today and I'm not feeling hot. But I don't know what happened. I'm literally like 50 Cent. Why you say, you know what I mean? Why you say forget me for? Like what did I do?
Yeah. What did you do?
I don't know. But I think the list is that I guess I'm the guy that they want to shut up or something. I have no clue because Ruslan they're going in on, and I don't know what the big issue is. I think it's this idea that me and JP figured out a couple weeks ago that these guys have this sort of attitude that they run YouTube and that you can't say anything or question anything. And that's just not how this works. If we're heretics, doesn't matter what we believe. What matters is what you believe. And what you believe needs to be expressed to us in a positive claim. Not the negation or the negative. It needs to be, oh, what do you believe? I'm a dumb Mexican, bro. It doesn't matter what I believe. I want to know what you believe. And if what you believe holds up to scrutiny, then you might convince me. But every time I engage somebody to find out what they believe, you know what they do? They say, oh, well, you're this, or what do you believe in that? You don't know what I believe, and it's irrelevant. If you're the only person on earth, you need to express to somebody, let's say another person, it's it. You know the triune God, you're Eastern Orthodox, and you need to express to somebody else, how would you make a positive claim for why your church is the church or why you believe what you believe? I still haven't had an answer. All I have is, well, you don't have justification for yours. Irrelevant. Tell me what your justification is. And that's what I want to know, because there seems to be some kind of a smoke screen being put up. And I just don't want to play games. So maybe with all of that, or they said, hey, we don't like his attitude. And then my name came across, then he added me. And then he sent me another message, I guess last night. So here's the problem. If you blocked me emotionally and you did whatever you did, and I see that what you do is mute people and throw them off your platform, that's not a platform. As you guys know, I've been on with big YouTubers, and the max that I get is maybe what I got recently with Need God was 7 minutes. That's it. As soon as they heard it was me, they threw me off for no reason. So I don't get time. But if you come to my platform, I will not mute you. I will not, as long as we're having a conversation and you're answering questions. I mean, if it's a stalemate, you start cussing every other word. I mean, I can't do anything about that, bro. I got to let you go. But if we're having a conversation, I won't mute you. And if it's a good conversation, I got several hours.
Well, you can't mute them because this panel. You guys, if you guys come up here and have a conversation, if Jay Dyer comes up here and one of his minions said that he was coming and that we were all dumb and all these things, guess what, Mauler? I won't even be here. I'm a mute up.
Yeah, and what is this about? I don't know. I don't think it's a positive claim for Eastern Orthodox.
No, Mauler, I'll tell you what it is. A lot of these are ex-Protestants, you know that. But for some reason, and I kind of nailed it down to this exact thing. For some reason, when these guys pick up authority through apostolic succession, like for some reason, those two words, apostolic succession, means for them, they don't have to prove another thing ever again. They just are the church that goes back to the apostles. And I've realized that when ex-Protestants find the hammer of this succession, that's it. They just use it everywhere, anywhere, without stop. I don't know if you've seen that, but that's been my experience. It's just
it seems to be we have authority, right?
Yeah, we have authority, we have succession. We don't have to prove another thing. That's it. So
if that's the case, then there's no really real reason for me to have a conversation. If I was to inquire about Eastern Orthodoxy, and I think there's going to be people that you're going to go to. Jay Dyer is, like he said, he's a comedian, an entertainer. I mean, he calls himself a lot of things, right?
Geopolitical lecturer.
Yeah,
right?
And more power to him. That's his lane. But for him to be worried about what it is that a bunch of Protestants or non-denoms are saying, that's the last thing you should worry about. You should be able to present your case pretty clearly and not just take a shot at me out of nowhere when your beef was with Ruslan. And unless you're saying is we can't say anything on the internet. If that's the case, then yes, that's a whole nother kind of problem. If that's where I'm saying it's coming from. It's this thing as you guys can't say anything. Why not? Because you don't have apostolic succession. I don't know what they think this is. But when I started to catch that attitude, I'm like, yo, bro, are you guys for real? Is this how you guys play? You guys play that you can go around and just shut down blocks and avenues and just be like, shut up, you can't say anything. That's not how this works. So,
yeah,
but anyway, let's hit the video, I guess, JP.
All right, let's start this video. All right. So, Jay Dyer, where are you, buddy? Come have a discussion. Mauler will talk to you. It'll be a good conversation. You called the man out. Let's request up and let's have a discussion, man. You know what I'm saying? I've had way more. Believe me, I've had people with double your subscriber count on this channel. You're not that special, buddy. Okay, buddy? So don't think, oh, I'm too big for these guys. I've had guys with double your numbers on this panel.
Well, I mean, in a sense, he is. If he's following the numbers, he is too big. But here's my question: why does he care? You see what I'm saying? Like, just think about that, Zanzi. You see, in a couple weeks, and all of a sudden, they care about what I'm saying. Why? I'm trying to figure it out. Is it anything really different? Yeah, and so maybe it's the style, because I don't think you're saying anything different than I'm saying, right, Zanzi? I think we're saying the same thing, but it's the way I'm saying it. So then there's this disdain, there's this, hate or whatever it is. And hey, I apologize if you guys were offended, but that's not how this works, man. We're grown men. You get to say what you want. I get to say what I want. It is what it is. And if I'm a Christian, I might correct you in love to say, bro, you a Christian? If you're going off the rail, you should do the same with me. But I'm excited to see this Ruslan.
There's no EOs that are joining up. I thought there would be plenty of them.
Well, they called me GAY. They said that I perform oral stuff, and they said that I'm a mother effer, and I got called all kinds of nasty things on Twitter. Very, very nasty things. I told those people to pull up. They wouldn't pull up. So this is a cult. You know what I'm saying? This is a cult. I'm on the record. These ortho bros, they're a cult. Alex Soren, he's a cool guy. I have no issues with that dude. Cleave to Antiquity, I have no issues with those dudes. I have no issues. For the most part, they punch above the belt, right? So I have no issues. But for these other dudes, man, they're really, really... And I don't want to go there because I could be very disrespectful. I don't want to go there. Like I said, I always say this every stream. I have this icon right here. I don't want to burn this icon. I don't want to do nothing crazy or do graffiti or put Bugs Bunny ears on this. You guys don't know how low I'm willing to go. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to go there, but you guys are really pushing me, but I don't want to go there. And when I tell you I don't want to go there, this is a very nice icon. I love it. It's beautiful. But you guys are really crossing the line. JP,
well, we have EOs in the chat saying that you're not talking to the right people or, in the right sphere. Well, show us what the sphere is.
Mauler, who is the right... Okay, look. I talk to so many people. I'm sure you have too. Who is the right people? Who else am I supposed to talk to?
Well, listen, if I have to give a percentage right now from what I can see, okay, the ones that come outside, the priest and the bishops, or the people that I hear from their priests being told by their priests and the bishops, is that you're not supposed to be listening to the ortho bros. That's just a general thing. So I think right now it's an overwhelming silent majority. And why are they silent? Because they choose not to say something. Some choose to say something, but others don't. And I think the others don't is because they think they're going to get, let me debate you or something. And, that's literally my life.
Now, people are laughing. People are laughing, but Mauler knows how much of a petty man I am. And I'm not there yet. But you guys, when so many ortho bros are saying, JP, you perform sexual acts to men, you're a this, you're a that, and they don't join up to debate because one of the guys got upset because they go, JP, Jesus cursed. Jesus called the Samaritan woman a dog. So therefore, I can say ninjas and blitches, B-L-I-T-C-H-E, remove the L. He said, I can say that. I said, so would you like to come on my panel, have a discussion? Guess what? They didn't show up. And so I don't want to buy a bunch of these and,
Yeah, but that's not going to be the answer either, bro.
The disrespect is getting so weird. I'm not going to go there. I'm not saying I'm going to go there. Listen, at the end of the day, there's a lot of Orthodox people I respect, so I can't go there. But I can't say I don't get the temptations and the thoughts,
No, we see that, but you gotta. There's no dog in this fight. If you're asking questions and figuring out what these doctrines are, we don't really. We're inquirers. We're having questions whether they think it's honest or not, whether I've come to a conclusion or not.
Yeah.
Why?
Let's just say this, Mauler.
People are snapping.
Let's just say this, Mauler. If I really cared about numbers and I cared about the algorithm, I know how to get there. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want nobody to push me to get there.
I was going to say, don't be a shock jock, bro. Yeah. Hey, what's up? It's CK. Hey.
Hey, what's up? God bless, guys.
What's up, my brother?
Somebody, Yeah, Nicholai was crying on Twitter. He was crying. Nicholai was trying to say JP is a bad dude
Wait, who's
because
Nicholai?
Nicholai is a counterdoxist friend. So basically, CK got me in trouble. Let me share my screen. CK got me in trouble.
Isn't this the guy that said the N word to Joe?
Yeah.
I mean, look, he's like, look at everything
Oh, wait a
CK
minute.
does.
You're saying that's the guy that well, who is it? Was it HHS that sent me that video? I think it was.
I sent it to you, but yeah, it was
Yeah.
on.
Oh yeah, you sent it to
on
me.
his. It was on
Let me
his.
send it to JP so that he knows, because I didn't know this guy until they told me a couple of days ago. And then,
But
Yeah, when you pulled that up earlier, I responded to him. I said, what do they love to say? Piety signaling.
yeah,
And appeal to the thumbnail fallacy.
well, I mean, at this point, we could create our own fallacies. We've been doing that for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Let me see what's going on. Let me see, because somebody sent me a text message saying, "Hey JP, watch this." Let's see, because this guy was the one here condemning me because CK does things, and again, I haven't listen. CK, he's on the line. I get it. The man does things that are on the line, but CK has an open platform where you guys can address him directly.
Yeah,
So if you're
he could come onto the panel and debate me on the thumbnails. I don't know, well, whatever he wants.
yeah, if he's upset at CK, then he's upset at CK. Don't get upset at me. All right, now watch this. Let's carry on.
The context of Second Temple Judaism.
So the incense in Revelation is a symbol of incense. Then, even though it says it's prayer.
No, it says the prayers of the saints are like incense. Well, how would they know what incense is if it's like?
Let's go there.
No, you're so done,
let's go
dude.
there.
You just got bodied, and you don't even realize it because you're just trying to inject your interpretation into the text.
Nicholai,
you don't get to
Nicholai,
just. You have to show continuity of your beliefs throughout time.
Let me give you a tip. Don't go onto somebody's channel and say you just got bodied. Number one, you haven't earned it.
Okay,
number
kick
two,
me then.
Number two, it makes you look like a child. And I say this very respectfully.
No, you guys have been childish this whole time. Matt, the way you treated me initially,
it makes you look like a child.
Absolutely childish.
Nicholai.
No,
Nicholai,
no one's going to agree with you,
if you
dude.
can't,
you can go back and see the chat earlier.
Stop
the way
interrupting, if you can't act like an adult, like a man.
You will not let me make the argument. You're interrupting and saying that's not true.
Nicholai, I want you to act like a man. Okay?
I'm gone. Bye.
From the Old Testament to the New Testament.
You. Hey, fuck, nigger.
Oh. Act like a man. Okay?
I'm gone. Bye.
From the Old Testament to the New Testament.
You. Hey, fuck, nigger.
Damn. Yo, these ortho bros are crazy, bro. They think that they're in an Xbox 360 simulation.
The guy that was on Alex Soren's show the other day?
Yeah, he was on there. Yo, so this is what I'm saying. They're condemning me because CK puts pictures of zombie nuns, which last I checked, EOs don't have nuns, do they? Do they, CK? Thought nuns were a Catholic thing.
Not that I know of, yeah.
Yeah, so this guy's manifesting at me, and Alex Soren has people on his channel that are dropping the hard ER. Alex Soren, that's not good, buddy. Alex Soren, that's not good. Yeah, I mean, I understand that you say words don't have meaning inherently, like they're not inherently bad, but I mean, this guy just said F.
You know what? Can I just be honest with you guys making the same argument? I'll guarantee you this. If they don't have the same meaning, I'm going to pull up what you guys drop in chat, and then I'm going to have you say it live. If it doesn't matter, they don't have meaning, let's see if you can say it live. And let's see if you can say it with freedom, not inhibit, just say it. Speak as you normally would and say it. And if there's any pause or you decide not to say it, then that argument doesn't work. Because in the end, you're living in a world where people are watching you and listening to you. So if you were to, I heard somebody say, well, you could say that stuff in front of, not in a church, but you could say it on the parking lot of the church. And it's like, bro, do we understand what Christianity is? This is what we're saying, bro. It's like, this ain't it. So if you're saying you're confident and words are inherently bad, then why don't you use this language at your job? Why don't you use this language when you're talking to other people? Why don't you do it? And if you do, then why don't you just do it right now on live? Just do it openly. If you're a white dude that's just saying the N-word openly all the time, you're calling, whatever N-word, you're calling people spicks, wetbacks, whatever it is, just do it. Why not just do it? There's no reason for you to pause. Just do it. That's it. So, but I'm interested in seeing
yeah, bro, that's crazy, bro. These guys, man, bro, let me
the
block this.
Ruslan response.
Yeah, I might have to block that dude because. So we're gonna run through this real quick, and then after that, we're gonna review Alex Soren's arguments on intercession of the saints. My computer has been manifesting as of late, so if I flicker around, let me know. I don't know if I'm gonna have to buy a new computer. I'm very frustrated. I'm very, very frustrated.
Hold on, my dog's manifesting. I gotta get around to my dog.
No worries. We'll start this off.
My Orthodox homie.
So, stand by, Zanzi. Don't worry. We're going to get to doctrine pretty soon. Don't worry.
No, I mean, I do have a couple things to say, but we'll get through the video and then we'll talk.
Okay, cool. No, you could talk. You could tell me to stop, and I'll stop it. We don't have to get through the whole video.
We'll get through doctrine because he said, Nicholai, who's insulted me too, by the way, he said I'm unintelligent, not worth talking to and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
this seems like yeah, that's crazy, bro.
Apparently, everyone on that side wants everyone else's test results for some reason.
Brother Alex Soren, my man, what are you gonna do about this, brother? I mean, I understand you have issues with Ruslan, but you should be exposing this. I mean, he dropped 5 F-bombs and the hard ER. At least Jay Dyer said the NIGGA. Pretty grotesque and nasty. I mean, if he were to say that in front of the wrong dude playing a basketball game, Jay Dyer wouldn't say it in front of a black dude playing a basketball game, right? Because he'd get punched in the mouth and he'd be on the floor crying. But that's number one, right? Number two, I can give him somewhat of a pass because it wasn't the hard ER. This dude dropped the hard ER. That's a racist heart. And the dude wasn't even black. The dude was white.
Yeah, there's another thing. I heard this earlier today. I don't know what these kids are on, but they say, oh, but he didn't say it to a person that's black. Are you guys like literally bots, man? Have you been programmed? That would actually technically make it more racist to say it to somebody who's not black.
Yeah, but Mauler, check this out. This guy said that every...
Hold up. Just in. JP, the new computers say, look at that, bro. You just got blessed so you can get a new computer.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for the super chat for the computer. Now, I don't want to buy, I'm going to be honest, I don't want to buy a new computer. I'm sure this is a hardware issue because this is a MacBook Air M3. So there's no reason why this should be heating up like that. There's no reason. So that I try to talk to HHS to figure it out. There's no reason. This is a MacBook Air M3. This should not be heating up this way. It should not be this hot. And I'm using a web browser. So I'm gonna try maybe if I use an external webcam. If I use an external webcam, maybe that'll work because the camera won't be directly from the computer. But I have to figure that out. It is a little frustrating. But thank you for the money, though, brother. Thank you for the money.
Do you think that we can get this guy, God is the great physician, up? If he can, we'd like to talk to him because it
I don't know.
But he's making good points, bro. He seems to be,
Now here we have the counter docs, and I believe it. I actually like this guy. I don't have an issue with the dude, but clearly, he does not like y'all. You know what I'm saying? Clearly. So, there's that. So, I'm not going to say nothing about the counter docs. I'm going to keep it respectful.
Hey, I'll say, let me say counter docs, so you could always come back on the panel and have 1v1 so you could stop crying.
Counter docs, I actually critique CK. I said, CK, I want you to run a one-on-one conversation. And CK agreed. So, whenever you want, you can you should be able to get that. Now, now CounterDocs is asking who dropped the hard ER. Your
Oh,
friend did.
as a matter of fact, CounterDocs, bring your two buddies too.
Yeah, your friend said it. CounterDocs. Look, your friend did. Look.
Saying that's not true.
Nicholai, I want you to act like a man. Okay.
I'm gone. Bye.
From the Old Testament to the New
Fuck
Testament.
you. Hey, fuck, nigger.
There you go, CounterDocs. That's your buddy. That's your buddy, CounterDocs. So yeah. All right. So now with that said, let's finally get into this live stream. My buddy Ruslan is watching. I told him that we were going to start an hour ago.
I'll make one point. Someone said Protestants never say stuff like that, like sarcastically. And I say, if someone said that, they would deserve to get rebuked by all of us, right? You know what I mean? We wouldn't tolerate that kind of behavior over here. We would definitely hold them to that standard.
Well, I mean,
I don't think we just allow that kind of stuff, to be honest, right? It's the fact that, Nicholai says multiple things over and over and over again, doesn't get rebuked. I have not seen a rebuke.
But
of
why are
that
they
video.
platforming them? Like,
they're platforming him. They're putting
and getting him to apologize or something, bro. Like,
Alton, you're a black man. That doesn't offend you, my brother? I mean, Alton saying, play it again. I want to hear the hard ER again. It's like,
Alton wants to feel the theosis.
Alton, come on, my brother. Come on. Oh, I think it fixed the issue. I removed the. So here was the deal. I think this is the problem. So I have this right here. You guys see this cool little graphic? That's not. You see how that graphic? So apparently, I think that takes a lot of bandwidth. Whereas if I remove the graphic, now the bandwidth is normal. But that is
out.
Yeah, but that's frustrating though, because I do like I like it, All right. So finally, Ruslan, I know you're watching. All right. And
what did they say? I watched this yesterday. I sent you a message, but I think that this is the best video that Ruslan has done. Hands down. And I get it, it's probably more of the confrontational taste. So maybe you're gonna say, well, that's because you like confrontation. No, I'm saying he was direct, he was pointing, he got all his points across, and he got under some, in their skin. But I think that they just have to reassess, bro. Like, it's either to them, there can't be peace. So I think the parts that I think I watched most of it, maybe a couple minutes at the beginning. I don't know if I missed something at the beginning, but all in all, Ruslan had the right temperature on this.
Yeah, I would say that Ruslan definitely did a good job making the EO community manifest. I think ultimately, though, he needs to, just move on, because this community can't be reasoned with. It's not a situation where it's like, hey, you're debating Pentecostals or Calvinists or you're debating, heck, I'd hate to say this, other heretical groups, right? Like, some people just can't be reasoned with, and it is what it is. So
no, hold up real quick. JR, I don't like confrontation. What I don't like is liars and cowards. That's what I don't like. So if that comes off confrontational, it's because I'm confronting you for being a liar or a coward. And if I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. There's a difference, bro. I confront people who are not being honest, or if they are prideful and they don't know what they believe or how they're coming about, and they're trying to lie to me and tell me that they do, or tell me that I'm stupid because I don't know. And yeah, I'm gonna press you, and that's confrontation to you. Then so be it.
Yeah, crazy, man. I mean, I got to be careful with Nicholai. He might mess around, call me the hard ER. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be very, very careful, because I don't want to be called the hard ER. I have feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So let's get this popping.
Please. Oh boy, hopefully that discussion with Josh Nadeau wasn't so bad, huh? Did pretty good, didn't he, huh? No, listen, I understand the optics of Josh Nadeau. Who's Josh Nadeau? A catechumen. Why is he on stage with the biggest Catholic and the biggest Protestant apologist? I get it. I got it last week, by the way.
All right. Enough is enough. I'm a liar and a coward. Okay? Now, I'm going to post the link here so you can prove I'm a liar and a coward. Okay?
I got it last week. So I understand the optics of it. Again, wasn't meant to disrespect, disparage, or anything like that. From our framework, remember, as Protestants, we believe in the priesthood of all believers. We don't have the same clergy to laity hierarchy. And so when I see someone that I've been talking,
all right, this satanic demon has to leave. This satanic demon. This guy always comes here saying he's not Orthodox, but he buck dances for the Orthodox. So you're out of here. And I hate people that do that, right? There's these groups of Orthodox people that go in the comment section going, oh, thank you, Mauler, you made me EO. Or thank you, JP, you made me EO. Mauler's just been here for a couple of weeks doing these videos with me. So if Mauler made you EO, you're lying. You're lying. And this is what these guys...
propaganda?
Bro, they go around saying, I'm not even EO. But so-and-so lost to blah, 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 and I'm not even EO. But they're really EO. So they pretend they're not EO, but they are EO. And then they say that, oh, the Protestant lost, and I'm Protestant. No, you're not Protestant. You're an EO saying you are Protestant, and you're a rat for that. And a lot of these guys do that. Let's go.
And when they say that, oh, you're making me EO or you made me EO, bro, they only say that because they know you're destroying EO.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to, use some reverse psychology to get you to stop.
Bro, the Nicholai clip is probably from, let me see, I'll tell you when the Nicholai clip. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
No. But that was a while ago. I remember I was reviewing that. I think that was last year.
Oh, so last year. That's even worse. Where are all the Eastern Orthodox making review videos on this guy? Even worse. You should have hoped it was 2 weeks ago. Let's go.
Who for years about their journey towards orthodoxy. I think they're going to be a great representation based on my personal reactions, based on him being there. Now I get it. I chose convenience over finding somebody that was solid and going the extra mile. I did ask around, but I could have done more. And so with that, I am going to be doing a conversation. Me and Gavin talked about this either at the Next Best God Summit or somewhere in between. And Gavin Orland's agreed to do this with an Orthodox representative, a priest, someone like that. And I'd love to hear from you guys. Who do you guys want to see in that discussion? We're working on a potential sponsor to make that happen. It's still early phases, but we are going to do something with Gavin Orland, myself, and a Orthodox representative. So drop it who you want to see in the comments in terms of that conversation. Now, having said that, multiple things could be true at the same time. I could have done better with regards to having better representation for you guys. And I understand that you guys are like, hey, we...
No, Ruslan, and I know you're watching. You did excellent, Ruslan. And that EO dude held his own. This narrative that Ruslan was, and this is where, again, Alex Soren, he's a good dude, but he was kind of pushing the narrative that Ruslan did bad. And Alex Soren's going to have to substantiate how he did bad, because the guy went up there and he did a good job. He represented his position. It wasn't a debate. Nothing bad happened. So all these people manifesting, why they're really manifesting is because they want so badly for it to be Jay Dyer. Please, Jay Dyer, go up there. That's the desperation. And the reality is that I think every Protestant should boycott Jay Dyer going forward. That's what I think. Why? Because you don't get to manipulate this space by insinuating that it's either you or nothing. And I wouldn't cave. I would get Trent Horn and Gavin Nortland together to tell us 5 reasons why they both agree that Eastern Orthodox is false, just to troll the Ortho Bros. That's what I'd do. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, also, not to mention, is Gavin Ortland and Trent Horn. It's not like they're trying to trick you. You know what I mean? Those are solid guys. So, I don't know what the EOs feel, but I actually don't think Jay fits into that. To be honest, in that conversation, they're both of a different cut.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, to be honest with you, I don't see that would be a
Let
fruitful
me address
discussion.
this real quick, brother. Let me address this real quick. Let me address this. Brother, that was just the title. Okay, that's it. And Ruslan didn't do it himself. It was a discussion. It wasn't even a back and forth discussion. It was three brothers saying what they believed, answering the moderator's questions. It wasn't like, oh, I just set up a trap and I got you, and now you look stupid. It was none of that. So in reality, this is sad that the EO community is acting like this. You guys are a bunch of babies. And you guys are chicken. Because this link has been sent out to over 30 Eastern Orthodox and only one showed up. Which means you guys aren't really as tough as you make it out to be. But you guys want to harass Ruslan to bring Jay Dyer in. And then go, no, it doesn't have to be Jay Dyer. Wink, wink. It could have been anybody else. No, you wanted Jay Dyer.
Can I get a clarification on these things that they're saying? I didn't catch it because, like I said, I wasn't on X until yesterday. And so what is this thing that they're saying that they start attacking his wife and his kids? Is there
Yes.
actually evidence of that?
Yeah, so pretty much they started posting Ruslan's family online. To be fair, a couple of dudes did call it out and they said, hey, don't do that. But the fact that it's even gotten to that point where people are now posting people's families online, people's wives online, that's very disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, like I said, it's disgusting with the fact that somebody doesn't come out or put out a clip or, just say, hey guys, knock it off, man. It's gone.
Mauler, look at this. Look at this ortho bro. Get off of Ruslan's nuts. Look at that. But he won't join up to explain how I'm doing.
But if you're on Ruslan's, let me get this straight. If you're on Ruslan's nuts, then what does that make you on Jay Dyer's?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Come on, bro. Just what is this, bro? Just all it is a bunch of kids. That's why you can't let these guys on, like actually have conversations with their kids, bro. So by the way, can you put the $5 because God is great physician. Like I said, he's EO, and we want to hammer this home. Is that I know EOs, right, that are not like this, and I'm saying is they don't act this way, and we have discussions and differences. So you're right, but there's a certain group, especially the younger men, right? And they're about that life right now. It's more of a gang mentality, and hey, they just want to say it. So you're right. But the question is, where are going to be more guys like you? Great physician. Like, where are the guys like you? So I hope that when I do my live next, assuming I'm still feeling good, that I just want to have a conversation with EOs and see if they'll talk. And if not, then I guess they won't.
Mauler, you're going live like right after this?
Yeah, I'm hoping to, but I don't know yet. Well, I mean,
yeah, Mauler, you should, if you want Mauler.
Yo, what the heck?
Oh, can you guys hear me?
No, we lost you.
Oh, we good?
Yeah, now it's back.
Yeah, now it's fine.
Odd. Let's see. What's going on? All right, we're good. All right. So anyways, Mauler, you should, if possible, go live tomorrow night because I'm not going live tomorrow, so we could have some kind of flow going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm kicking that around because I'm not feeling so hot. I mean, I didn't really.
Yeah, because at least we'll have some kind of flow, and then CK and this guy can take it from there, and then I can join you tomorrow because I have a bunch of crap to do, but I can at least join you tomorrow, and then I'll share your stream tomorrow, so we could do that because Jay Dyer is not showing.
Yeah, I'll move it to tomorrow, like I said.
Yeah, because Jay Dyer is not showing. I mean, people sent him the link. He didn't show up here. He ain't gonna show up there. The man wants us to show there, so we might as well just do that. But now my question is, are you going to go live, Zanzi?
No, I'm not.
You're
I
not
was
gonna-
live last night. So
Okay.
So
then CK.
CK is gonna be live.
No, I'm not. I moved it back. So I'm gonna go live tomorrow because I don't know for what. I hope I'm not sick. I just think I didn't sleep, so I had to get up real early. So I hope. But go ahead.
Real quick, we got somebody that joined in here, so let's see what he believes. How's it going, Ariel? What do you believe?
Hey, how's it going? I'm Orthodox catechumen. I talked to Mauler before. We talked about the whole situation with Cameron setting up. I believe Cameron set up Jay Dyer. We talked about that.
All right.
Cameron set up Jay Dyer.
Yeah. Well, what do you want to comment on, brother?
Oh yeah. Now I remember.
You remember that?
Yeah. Bro, you're talking about the Catholic debate.
Yeah, the Catholic debate, and yeah.
So any comments, brother, before we continue before we continue this live? Mauler's not feeling too great, so want to get through this.
Yeah. I'm just keep it quick. So there's no disrespect or anything like that. Like, I don't have anything towards you guys. Like I said, I had a great conversation with Mauler. So there's no disrespect. Only thing I wanted to say is just with Ruslan is the only issue was, and even Jay admitted that the catechumen did pretty well. It's just the fact that he was a catechumen. That's it.
Well, he got the blessing of his priest, bro. So
wait a minute, hold on. They sent me a clip, brother. Tell me if I'm wrong. They sent me a clip, or I saw it, and where Jay Dyer's critique is that catechumen had done some kind of, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a letter or writing or something, or he included the filioque.
No, he cleared that up. He cleared that up on Alex.
Okay. That's all I knew that was like major, and I was like, oh, that's why they're so mad. But if he cleared that up, then that wouldn't have been it then, huh?
Yeah, okay. They cleared that up on he did Alex Soren, I don't know if you guys know him, but he did a stream with them. And the guy said, Joshua said that it was somebody else that included that in the book, because he wasn't the only one that wrote the book. So somebody else that included that. So it had nothing to do with him. So yeah.
Well, brother, look, at the end of the day, if the catechumen had the priest blessing, who the hell is Jay Dyer?
Well, no, that's not. Well, can I say this? So Jay Dyer, so he's not a patriarch. So we do.
He's like, real quick, just in case you guys didn't know.
Yeah, he's not. He's not a patriarch.
You sure about that? You sure about that? Because some of these
real quick. JP doesn't want to walk back, suggesting he will burn the Christian icons because EOs are calling him names. No, JP's not walking him back. You know what Tupac said? I'm not a killer, but don't push me.
Well, you said you would burn an icon?
I'm saying I'm not a killer, but don't push me. That's all I'm saying, brother. Not a killer, but don't push me. That's what Tupac said.
You said you were burning an icon?
Brother, I'm not an icon burner, but don't push me. That's all I'm saying. I don't burn icons.
But you don't see how that would be problematic for
well, I don't do it. I don't do that. So, but don't push me. You know what I'm saying? That's it, brother. We leave it there. I don't do it.
Well, let me say, if I had icons in my property, I would burn them 100%. Burn everything that's idolatry.
Yeah, CK is a little different than I am.
All day, every day.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, well, we're not gonna talk about that. I think that's blasphemy, but it's fine. Well, the only thing I would say,
let's talk about it, brother. Let's talk about it. This is why we have this platform. So somebody said, "Would I burn a cross?" Well, if you're gonna equate a cross to this guy, I mean, the cross is a little different, brother. That's where Jesus died on the cross. But this guy right here is a sinner, like I'm a sinner.
But when you say the cross is an image.
Yes, but it's where Jesus died, brother.
Yo, so it's different. Okay, so that's arbitrary.
It's a little different. You know, that's Jesus, my Lord and Savior. You know what I'm saying?
So if they're both images.
This isn't even the guy this is representing. We don't
even
know
an image, right?
Bro, we don't even know how Paul looked.
Okay, so would you burn an icon of Jesus Christ?
No, because it's Jesus, because it's my Lord and Savior. But honestly, there's this Italian-looking Jesus. People burn it. It doesn't bother me. It's not really Jesus.
Well, I wasn't talking about Italian Jesus.
How do you even know that's what he looked like?
That's what I'm saying.
Well, I believe Jesus was in Hebrew, but I'm saying if there was an icon that depict Hebrew Jesus, who's the Messiah,
I mean,
right,
that's not really Jesus.
Okay, so then that's arbitrary, because if they're both images.
Yeah, the only thing I do is a cross, because the cross is a representation of what really happened. But none of these dudes are.
You just said it. It's a representation. So then that's arbitrary.
But as I'm saying, this dude is not really that dude. Now, you can say
you're just saying that, but that's what I'm saying. That's arbitrary. You're picking and choosing. That's arbitrary.
Sure. Okay. I'm
So if
picking.
you're admitting that that's
Yes. So
arbitrary, then that's
brother. Hold on, brother. Yes, I'm picking and choosing not to burn a cross because to me, to JP, the cross symbolizes Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior.
so then that's arbitrary.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's fair. That's
yeah,
fair.
but I don't understand how you saying that that's arbitrary makes it an invalid judgment.
Yeah.
So
Well,
for
what's in
not
contention?
to burn it, not to
Well,
burn it.
what's in
Ariel, that's fair.
arbitrary?
That's fair. I'll burn the hell out of this if I want to, but I wouldn't do it to a
But
cross.
what's in contention? Okay, would you say the Bible is an image of the Word of God?
I
I don't
personally,
understand what the image discussion is, bro.
Because the point is, icons are images, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so images are what you guys consider idolatry, right?
Well,
Yes.
no, it's not idolatry. It's idolatry.
No,
with
not
words.
this is not
images by
idolatry, bro. What
themselves,
are you
bro.
talking about? I don't worship
He
this
has
thing.
it right there. That's not
Okay,
right
so
here. It's cool.
icons are images, right?
Yeah, I don't think this is idolatry. I think it's idolatry if you get down and you pray to this.
Okay, so icons are images, right?
Yes, they're images. That's all they are to me, brother.
Okay, right. Is Jesus an image?
I already said that to me, to JP, the cross signifies something a little differently. Because Jesus
No,
is
I wasn't
not.
talking about the cross. I wasn't talking about the cross.
Well, no,
Jesus,
I'm saying these pictures of Jesus aren't really Jesus. So if somebody
but
burns
Jesus
down,
himself, is he an image?
what do you mean if
Is
he's
he
an
an
image?
image?
Is he because Hebrews 1:3 says he's the exact representation of the Father. So is he an image?
Bro,
Yeah, Jesus is the image of
he's
God.
he's
So
an
his
image.
flesh is an image, right?
He's
The
not,
Yes,
created
yes,
flesh.
but he's not an image in the
but
sense of a printed copy of this. You
yeah,
feel
he's
me?
Okay,
not a
can you tell me the
painting.
difference?
He's
Can you
not a.
tell me the difference?
He's not a painting. He's
Can you
not
tell
a
me the
printed.
difference in images? That's what I'm
The
asking.
difference is that he's not an inanimate object.
So then once again, that's arbitrary. So you're picking and choosing what you.
Yes,
I
I
don't.
just
I
said.
don't
I
think.
just said.
So
Mauler.
you okay? So
Hold on,
if
hold on. Ariel.
okay,
Did you not
I'm
hear
sorry.
what I said?
No,
I
I
just
did. I
said.
did. I did. I
No,
did.
you did not, because I just said that I'm picking and choosing. Didn't you hear me?
I
Said,
did.
yes, I'm picking and choosing. I would burn the hell out of this and not feel guilty. But if I did it to a cross, I'd feel guilty. I think I made myself clear, brother.
That
Okay,
wouldn't.
that's
That
fine. I mean,
wouldn't.
that's
All right.
I give you that. I give you that.
Okay, then, brother. So now we're on the same understanding. And it doesn't mean that I will burn this. I don't want to burn this. I don't have an issue.
But what do you, Arrow, on this? What do you have to say about some of the? Because I know you're not like, even you can get pressed, pressed, and you can press people on what you believe because you're EO. But what do you think about some of the temperature and some of the stuff that's happening, like the vile stuff that these people are saying and doing? Because they're obviously following the leader. So what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm gonna say this. So, no, I do not believe Jay is a cult leader. No, I do not believe that Jay
Hold on,
sent
real quick.
anybody.
Shout out to my brother Random.
Thank you, Random. He needs a new computer.
Not Random. I don't need a new computer. I just need to figure
Bro, the
out how to.
computer say you need a new computer. It literally said earlier. It said it's slow. It says you need a new
Bro, this is a MacBook M3. So this should not be acting up like this. This is a MacBook M3.
Was it MS-13 MacBook? I don't know what you're saying right now. Is
Yeah.
it your gang talk again? I mean, bro, you are Hispanic.
Yeah.
I mean, you have gang ties.
Yeah. But you're crazy, bro. Yeah. But Ariel. So real quick, CK said he'll burn them all. I said I'll just burn. I said I won't burn them.
If it was in my property.
Okay, but I'll keep
That
it
makes
a
it
buck. I'll
better.
keep it a buck. Arrow, that right there between these two dudes, that's arbitrary.
CK,
got 'em
you're
there. Right
crazy.
there, you got him.
CK, you're crazy.
They're not even trying to compare notes to why they would burn or why they wouldn't.
Said I'd burn it. if it was in
Okay,
their
I'm
property.
gonna be honest. This was a great conversation, but if you guys were to blaspheme, you guys have a great
Brother, I didn't say I was gonna burn anything, brother. That was CK. CK said that. I said I wouldn't
Bro,
burn anything.
how is blaspheme an image of some saint blasphemy?
Oh, come on, CK.
Of
You know
some
better
dude.
than that, bro. Come on. You know better than that. CK gets away with a lot when he asks questions like that.
I mean, bro, people are
a
asking
radio
me.
host DJ.
Now,
boy.
let me go on the record. I'm not going to burn any icons. But if I were, I wouldn't lose sleep at night. But if it were a cross of Jesus, yes, I would lose sleep. If it were the Bible, yes, I'd lose sleep. You know what I'm saying? That's my Lord and Savior. But none of these dudes died for me on the cross. And these dudes ain't even these dudes. This ain't even this dude. And I get it. Well, the cross that you have that symbolizes the cross, that's not really the cross of Jesus. We get that. We understand.
But it's the Lord.
Yep, but to JP, it means something else. Now, here's the thing. The Bible doesn't tell me that burning icons is a sin. It doesn't tell me. The Bible doesn't tell me burning images is a sin. Doesn't tell me. However...
Well, can we get into this Ruslan video?
Yes, we can. We can. But I want to go for the record. I do not burn icons.
You're not even letting Ruslan cook, bro. This is like the first time. Is Ruslan watching right now? Ruslan, this is the first time you've cooked. Like cooked. Like stir-fried. This is the first time you stir-fried.
I mean, I don't. Well, that's a backhanded compliment if I ever heard one.
No, it's not. That's actually elevating this clip. Of course, I don't watch Ruslan like that, but I'm just saying that those stuff.
I must admit, Ruslan was cooking. Ortho Bro just joined the chat. How you doing, Ortho Bro? Ortho Bro, how are you doing?
Am I out here?
Yeah, what do you believe?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's obvious I'm Orthodox.
All right, but your name is Ortho Bro, so what's going on? Is there an issue you have?
Yeah, just mainly like, I can't believe you guys would say that you would burn like a book.
I didn't say I would. I didn't say I didn't
Only
say
one
I
that
would.
said I was the one that said if it's on my
DK
property,
said
I
it.
would burn that and any other idolatrous image all day, every day.
CK said that. I don't burn it, brother. Look, this
So
icon.
don't include them. Don't include them. Talk to me.
Yeah, this icon has been here in this household for over 2 years already, and it's been untouched in its cover. It's covered up.
I don't have any icons, so your beef is not with me, amigo.
Yeah.
What about you, Zanzi?
I wouldn't. Well, yeah, I wouldn't like burn it, but I don't have an icon.
No,
So
yeah, I'm just.
I'm not gonna.
I don't have any. I was not the.
I don't have any icons. Yeah.
All right.
Well,
go ahead,
to be
then.
fair,
Okay.
let me tell you guys this. In my church, we have a massive wall of pictures used for teaching. So I'm not against images. We're against venerating any of those. Does that make
I
sense?
knew it. So you're an idolater. Got it.
Idolater.
This
The
guy
other
said,
thing I
JP,
would
you
say,
explicitly said you wouldn't, liar. No, brother. I said I'm not a killer, but don't push me. That's what I said. I quoted Tupac.
there is one type of image that I would have a big problem with.
Right, Mauler?
He's like, according to Tupac. Like that
So-
makes it better, bro.
There is one type of image I have a big problem with, is when they depict God the Father. Those is literally idolatry. Okay, like no matter what you say, those images are idolatry, and they do have them in certain churches. Not all the churches, but they do have some certain churches. So, I don't have any icons.
Yeah, see, and that's the same way I feel when you make images of Jesus, especially when you don't even know what he looks like.
Yeah. But, you know, I might give a little.
Well, hold on, but who has numbers?
We know what his images, but meaning in general. Oh, go ahead, Ortho, bro. You talk to CK, bro. If anything, you know, make your point known to him.
Oh, yeah. I'm about to cook this Mr. Clean. So who never said like we never knew what our church fathers looked like?
Bro, I wouldn't call CK names because CK doesn't have the same reverence for EOs as I do. And so now you're at CK's mercy.
Repeat your question.
Bring it on. Yeah, so I would just like to know, like, why do
Can you talk a little faster, brother?
like,
I mean, I don't know
like the
what's I don't know if it's my laptop that's acting a little slow or your voice, but
the computer say your laptop's slow.
Speed it up, Ortho, bro. Speed it up.
Yeah, it might be the laptop, but like, how come, like, you know, Orthodox Church is the best church? So
yeah, I would like to
bring it
that's
up.
what I've been
Christian
What?
King.
Your
What?
question was,
Yeah, this guy is.
why is the Orthodox the best church?
You know, this guy, he.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie, CK. That was a horrible performance on your part. You got cooked. Let's just keep it a beam.
Yeah, CK.
Just keep it a beam, bro. You got.
I
cooked.
haven't seen a
Yeah,
man be
bro.
defeated by the Eastern Orthodox faster, CK.
Yeah, it's
He
time,
just-
time I retire, yo.
This dude, the crazy part is that he didn't even know he was getting cooked. That's the crazy part. Ortho, bro, good job, bro.
All right, let's go. Let's carry on. Let's watch this cooking. That's it. Let's get it. Let's go.
Rather just not have anybody if you're going to have a catechumen on. Fair enough. If I could go back in time, wouldn't have had Josh on, though Josh had the blessing of a spiritual father.
No. If we could go back in time, still have Josh on.
Though Josh agreed to do it, didn't know it was such a big deal. So next time, we just won't have anybody there if we can't have somebody that you guys feel comfortable representing you. Now, that could be true. At the same time,
hold on. Kind of petty. Ruslan, kind of petty. I heard that shot. Did you guys hear that shot? We just won't have anybody at all.
Shots fired.
I heard it. Did you guys hear it? Kind of petty. But I agree with him. It's his event. He can do whatever he wants.
Right nuclear response to this, I think is also a bit over the top and wild. And let me particularly address the back and forth with Jay Dyer. So there's a lot that Jay doesn't understand and doesn't know regarding what I've actually been trying to do behind the scenes to get him in the room and to get him in these conversations. And the reality is that people just don't want to deal with him. They find him annoying. They find beat your chest and summon you to a debate approach lame and cringe. And I looked past that, wanted to build my own relationship with Jay based on my own interactions with Jay. And so when I had Jay on, I had a fairly good time. We went out to dinner. We had a great conversation. We think we split it up into 2 parts, and Jay was awesome. Now, when this entire thing happened, there's also him texting me about it, and I explained all this to him, and he rightfully so pointed out, hey, the word debate is in the title. I don't title my own videos. If you watch my channel, you should know I don't title my own videos. I immediately changed the title, told my guys, stop saying the word.
Who cares?
Word debate in the title. I think there was even a trailer where I may have said debates like this, which is a trailer that I shouldn't have said that in. It wasn't a debate. It was a good faith discussion.
Huh?
After all the things that these dudes say, and they're like, Ruslan, take the debate word off, bro. What? How can they be so sensitive on one side? Like, are you guys listening to this? He had to take the word debate off? Yo, Ruslan, why'd you take that word off? Put it back up, bro. These guys, man, that's crazy.
All right, we got Bloody Divox. Bloody Divox just joined the.
The Laker? Former Sacramento King? What's up?
How's it going, Vlad? Vlad, how's it going?
Oh shit! Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, watch your mouth, brother. We're Christians here.
DJ.
No, I understand. No, I get that. No. I didn't know it was gonna be like this. I thought it cut off on the other end on YouTube, so I came on here to see if maybe I can catch a conversation.
Cut off on YouTube. Can you verify, CK?
Yeah, it totally stopped. So I was trying to catch it here to see if you guys are still going.
All right.
Still shows live on my end.
Why are you Orthodox, Vlad?
Why am I Orthodox?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess a lot of. I mean, I grew up Catholic. I was Catholic as a kid.
All right, let's continue with the stream. He said, "I grew up Catholic homes. I grew up Catholic out of Cuban homes."
It's almost like if you asked them what did you grow up as?
Yeah, I said.
Hey, did you see it when we heard him talking? Did you see me and CK instinctively started leaning back like this? Órale, Holmes, tell us your story, eh?
That's what he said. He said, "I grew up kind of Catholic, kind of Cuban homes."
Yo, bro, you know what? I'm not liking this, JP. You're just a little racist, bro. Just a little bit.
Hey, bro, listen. If EOs could drop the hard ER and say the N word, I gotta like
hard.
And plus, bro, I'm Latino, bro. Yo hablo español perfectamente. So you already know that, brother. I speak Spanish, man. So let's go.
Trying to get to the bottom of the differences. Why? Because
fellas, we have over 200 people watching. We're gonna head over to CK's channel after this, and I found out how to put brother Zanzi in the subscribe button, so I don't even have to tag his channel. But if you guys want to subscribe to Zanzi, I want to tell you guys a testimonial, like the Mexican dude that was here. I went on Zanzi's platform and I didn't agree with him, even though I disagreed with these guys that gave me free speech. So definitely subscribe to Zanzi for his open platforms because he does total free speech, unless you're cursing people out and things like that. So definitely subscribe. Good channel. All right, let's go. And with CK, you don't have to subscribe because we're going to switch him over. And then with Mauler, I'm going to share his stream for tomorrow. So everybody's covered. Okay, let's carry on.
Curious about orthodoxy, or at least I was curious about orthodoxy. I'm not as curious now. And in my curiosity, I want people to be represented well. I want there to be charitable, good faith conversations. That's my entire approach with this conversation. That's what I wanted to do in that panel, and that's why I have these conversations. Now, having said that, I let Jay know what happened. What I didn't title my video. I changed the title immediately. Then I saw him say the same thing on X. Now I'm not on X. I'm not really logged into X. I'll check X on my desktop. I don't have the app on my phone. And I saw him pose the same question, and I responded to him, said the same exact thing in the response to him, which my thought was, you really don't understand why people don't want to deal with you. And it has nothing to do with how you carry yourself in a debate. It has to do with how you carry yourself outside of the debate. So we went back and forth, and he challenged me and Gavin Ortland and Trent Horn to a three-way debate. Pretty gay, if you ask me. But nevertheless, I said, okay, you want to do a three? I can't speak for Trent Horn.
Arrow said that he lost all respect for blasphemers. What? Why you mad at me for? I didn't say anything. CK. See,
Yeah,
and
bro,
if
if you have an issue, bro,
CK's trying to burn. Why you mad at me for?
Why you mad at me
Forget
for?
him,
F that
not me,
ninja.
bro. You call me bro. I didn't say nothing, bro.
Bro, CK said that if he had any icons in his house, he'd burn them. I have an icon here, brother.
Okay, but defend me. And what did I say? I said,
You said,
why you gotta call me a blasphemer? Me and Zanzi didn't say nothing.
Yeah, why are you all scared to call me a blasphemer?
That's crazy, bro.
Bill, since you're a regular, Bill, we'll add you in a bit, Bill. We're just trying to get through this.
Shots fired.
We'll get.
Yeah,
we'll get
Bill. Sorry, I'm not gonna go live. I'll go live tomorrow, and then you can pull up with all the EO guys and tell me how you guys are the best EOs.
JP, why are you gay?
Why are you gay?
All right, let's go.
And Gavin Ortland, they're not. I'm not their keeper. I'm not their manager. I'm not any of those things. So you want to do a three-way? That's super gay. But I would love to debate you. And this is what I said to him over text. I said I would love to debate you.
Did you what? Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Ruslan,
I mean, look, if any future Democratic president is watching, when I say GAY, I mean in the term of happy. I want to go on the record.
Amen.
I said I'm also in a busy season right now, which oddly enough is actually inspired by the dinner me and Jay had, where he talked about having events, live events. And I'm in the middle of doing a bunch of live events. I'll be in New York this Sunday. I'll be in DC this Saturday. We're going to Tampa. It's the Godly Ambition Tour. I'm speaking. I'm performing. I'm doing a live Q&A. Partially inspired by Jay. So I'm like, hey, Jay, I just put out a book. I'm in the middle of this tour that I go out every other weekend. Let me figure it out. But I would love to debate you. I think it'd actually be really fun. So despite popular opinion, it was the actual opposite of whatever you guys think it is. Like, oh, someone's running for Jay. I'm really not running for Jay. I've sat down with Jay.
You know what?
I think he's super duper smart, and I think I've learned a lot from him.
I'm not
So,
doing
Zanzi,
this.
you said,
Video. No.
Zanzi, you said you wanted to share something?
Wait, what happened?
You
Are
wrote
you guys?
something in the private chat that you wanted me to share something?
No. Legend wanted you to share something when he was here, but that's fine.
Oh, I
Like
see that.
yeah, when it
No,
was
this
about
guy-
Epiphany.
he's
and
not
stuff.
running away, bro. I don't believe this guy. Let's hit him. Yo, I think that you're running away, Ruslan.
Keep on running away,
Let it play.
running away, running away.
Yo, I want to ask you a question. Does the EO community have like an issue with homosexuality on the DL? Like, are these guys butt buddies? Because this is like the 8th guy saying that, oh, someone's my boyfriend or that I do gay acts. I think
No,
these guys are all
that's not
secret,
a
right?
EO.
I think you're trying where you just you could have said that a lot more professional and just say, are they projecting?
There we go.
No, JP, that's Chris. He's not EO.
Okay, fine, but
I don't think he's
still,
talking. I don't know if he's talking to you though.
But my point still stands.
He's not talking to you. This dude kind of straight, bro.
I'm just,
the point still stands.
Straight, bro. He's not even.
he's on CK's all the time.
the point still stands. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys, man. I gotten so many gay messages. It's ridiculous, bro. These dudes are so suspect. Let's carry on.
No one's. I'm not afraid for Jay Dyer. Let me just speak for myself. I am not afraid of Jay Dyer. I would love to debate Jay Dyer. Now, in that conversation, what Jay doesn't know is that I reached out to a moderator. I'm not going to say who he is, but the very first thing that came out of this.
I can vouch that Jay Dyer, Ruslan was going to consider debating Jay Dyer. I don't think he should do it. The reason I don't think he should do it is because Jay Dyer and the Ortho Bros are meatheads, and so it's like they're zombies that want to suck on the blood of clout. And so, the reality is he shouldn't do it. And if I were Ruslan, I wouldn't platform any of these dudes. Like, that's it. Like, don't platform any of these EO guys unless it's a reputable priest that doesn't care about clout.
Hey, you know what's interesting too? Earlier I was reviewing Jay's response to this video, and in the beginning you have Jay saying, "Oh, he was making, he was accusing Ruslan of just wanting to go onto bigger platforms," and he said, "Oh, it's not about that. It's about debating the truth." But yet, Jay Dyer only wants to debate people with larger platforms. And later on in the video, he's like, "Oh, no, I'm not going to go to these small channels."
Of course not. It's very
He's a
convenient.
hypocrite.
Hey, well, hold up. Was that your Jay Dyer impression? I caught that, bro. You're like, yo, I'm looking at these small channels. Oh, I heard it. I heard it, bro. Get him, Ruslan. Let's see.
All right, let's go.
Moderator's mouth is, "I'm surprised you're willing to sit with this guy. Most people find him very annoying." I thought, oh, okay. Now, in the same way that Jay has a spiritual father that he hopefully confesses his sins to, I also have spiritual.
Jeffrey, here's the difference, brother, why we're not the same. Jeffrey, you're not a man. You're not a man. You're a coward. Because I don't need anybody to debate on my behalf. We can go right here instead of you crying about your daddy. Oh my gosh, but Ruslan won't debate Jay Dyer. Who cares? Who the hell is Jay Dyer? Who cares? But guess what? You won't come up here and debate me. You won't do that because you're not a man. You're a child. You're a little girl. You're a little girl.
They always just point to Daddy Dyer.
Daddy
They won't
Dyer.
defend their own religion, but all they do is just point to Daddy Dyer.
And Daddy Dyer called out Mauler last night. Why isn't he here right now? Why isn't he here right now?
I'm the computer said I woke up, bro. The computer said he called me out. Why? I want to know how that happened. Somebody told him, "Hey, this guy right here is the guy you need to call," and I want to know why. I want him to go, "Oh, it's because you're a jerk off," or it's because you said something to one of my friends. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know where you guys grew up. I don't know where you guys grew up, but where I grew up.
Look at this coward. Mauler, look at this coward. It doesn't matter. Go against our best. Brother, I'm not telling you to go to Gavin Ortland. I'm telling you to come to me.
I don't understand what the debate between them and Gavin Ortland would be.
Yeah, but these
who
guys,
is their best? Who's their best? I don't know.
their best is Jay Dyer.
Is that, but like for real though, who's their like the real EO?
Oh, I would say maybe a Father Josias or something like that.
Okay.
I think that he's probably their best. Father Josias, who actually supports Ruslan, or at least he did last year.
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he was at the conference. I saw the guy. Now look at this coward. Look at the son of the devil. Look at the son of the devil. Mr. Job, we're gonna post the link and we're gonna see who's the real coward. All right? We're gonna see who's the coward, you son of the devil. So look, you Eastern Orthodox son of the devil. I'm not a killer, but don't push me. I'm not a killer, but don't push me.
And what did you say? Oh, it's Tupac?
That was Tupac. You know what I'm saying?
That's great.
Bro, come up. What happened? I thought you were tough. You're here to go, JP's a coward, but you don't show up. What happened? Let's carry on. Jay Dyer is Khabib and Ruslan is McGregor. Oh, you mean Jay Dyer is Jay Dyer? Well, actually, you know what? Jay Dyer is Butterbean. Remember Butterbean? That big fat white dude, Butterbean.
Oh yeah. He could like swing all crazy and knock people
Yeah,
out.
that's who Jay Dyer is. Butterbean. Now let's carry on.
Council, I have pastors. And so I started checking in with people, and the overwhelming response was like, man, don't do this. Like, we actually think if you pick the right prompt, you have a great opportunity to debate him, but don't do this because your time is spent on these other areas of developing the tour, of putting out music. I finished the whole album. I haven't been talking about that. I got live events. The next bus got something. I'm already spread super thin on top of the fact that my wife just had a baby a few months ago. So we have a newborn, a 5-year-old, and an 11-year-old. My life is busy. And so this chest thumping, I'm going to summon you to a debate or you're gay, it doesn't appeal to me. So he did this a couple of months ago where he was like,
He said that. Some of you do a debate or you're gay.
Hey, yo!
No, Mauler's not calling in to Jay
Why
Dyer.
would I call in to his boomer speaker? Okay, the dude blocked me. He comes to mind. He can say whatever he wants. He could say whatever he wants, and he will not get muted, bro. We're not doing this. I'm not gonna go to some dude who mutes people, throws them off the shows, like get and then you're gonna accuse me. I'm not the person that does that. I'm the person that lets you come on and let's go for it. Let's chat it out. I'm trying to figure out what's up with Eastern Orthodoxy. I'm confused. You just saw it today. Literally, Zanzi was talking to the brother today. We asked him the question 4 different ways, bro. And the 5th time he gave an answer, and he just said, "Yeah, you're right. If you don't believe in intercession, you're cooked." Essentially. See how
somebody said the computer said that the link wasn't working, so now we're giving you a working link.
Who said that?
Well, somebody did, but here's the link.
The computer said.
I'm in Trent Horn and Ruslan and whoever else to a debate about the Epstein files and Israel being involved. It's like, bro, I don't care.
What the heck? What the heck? Look, the most random person in the planet is here. Oh, but he left. Guess who clicked the link?
Who?
Sarat, man.
Oh man, come on, Sarat, bro.
Sarat, bro.
Come on, bro. No, I'll be honest with you. Listen, if Sarat
he wants the smoke too.
I'm gonna say if Sarat pulls up, it literally is a wrap, bro, and I'm out.
Yo, Sarat pulled up,
I'm out, bro. If he pulls up,
Ortho Bros, why are you guys talking so crazy? Ortho Bros, come get the smoke, Ortho Bros. LNG White.
I really don't care. Don't care. And so this like, I know that's his love language is summoning people to a debate, and he thinks that that's like cool. And I appreciate the heart to debate. But when someone sits online all day and that's their primary focus is to stream and to let evangelical normies call into your show and debate you, yes, he's going to be at an advantage. He has more debates under his belt. I want to honor him in the process of properly organizing a good debate where there's a moderator and there's structure, and I actually have time to prep. Some of you guys don't know this. We have other stuff going on. It's not like I could just drop everything I'm doing and jump into, probably dozens of hours of prep to actually engage with him at a level that is comparable. So that like I'm figuring this out in real time. I'm talking to a debate organizer. He's like, man, I'm surprised you want to do this. I'm seeking wise counsel from multiple people. Everyone's telling me don't do this. This dude is a crash out.
Yes, I told him that. Now, is there an Eastern Orthodox that has an issue? Come up and do something about it.
wait a minute. Didn't they even say that? They made fun of you. There's like wise counsel. It's probably that guy JP. So you're the one that did this right here? You did this?
And I want somebody to do something about it. I did it, and I want somebody to do something about it. Is there anybody? Let me go on the record.
Wait, hold up a second. We got to make sure that you're on the record. Everybody quiet down. Make sure that this brother's on the record. Go ahead, brother. Go state your case.
I told Ruslan not to do it. Is any EO going to do anything about it? You guys are not going to do a damn thing. Okay? That's it.
Them's is fighting words.
They're not. These guys, ortho bros are the weakest people on the internet. They're weak. They're trash. They suck. They're not good. They're not smart. They're not brilliant. They're savages. They say the hard ER. This is what they do. This is what they do. These guys are weak-minded zombies.
Even if you win, it's still going to be clipped up by all the Clippers, and Ruslan gets annihilated, and then they have a trophy, right? Now it's like I'm the trophy in this entire situation, and I don't think
I've already seen 3 Jay Dyer clips on this guy today. 3 from Jay Dyer's reaction.
Yeah.
Somebody said the computer said JP scared. Appalachian Lumberjack, you're blocked, but if you want to be unblocked, you can come up and debate me.
that important, but the fact that there's this constant need for Jay to be invited to things that he's not invited to is super annoying. And I also find it annoying that whenever he wants to debate someone, it's always someone with a way bigger platform than him. The true Orthodox folks have been begging to debate this dude. He doesn't want to debate him. I've put multiple people in conversations that want to debate this guy. He doesn't want to debate anybody that doesn't have a bigger platform than him. That to me sounds like clout goblin activities.
Of course, bro. It's not for Jesus. He's doing it for his clout. If it were for Jesus, he'd talk to people that didn't have as high subscribers. Straight up. Straight up.
It sounds very fake and gay, and it sounds like he just wants attention and to suck the energy out of the room. So, but I'm still willing to play ball at this point. I'm still willing to play ball at this point. Now, I'm talking to people. I'm speaking to some of my Oriental, not my Oriental, or my Eastern Orthodox friends. I'm trying to find a prompt because I want the stakes to be high. And my question is quite simply this: if the Eastern Orthodox Church claims to be the one and true church, unchanging and in the same way that the apostles process, if one of their dogmas is proven false, does that then mitigate the claim that they are the one true church? They claim to be the one true church. Protestants don't make those sorts of claims. They claim to be unchanging. Protestants don't make those sorts of claims. And yet they have dogmas that, in my opinion, contradict the plain reading of Scripture, and I would argue the first 100 years of church history. So I'm trying to find a prompt, talking to my Eastern Orthodox friends, and I can't even get that granted. That, hey, let's raise the stakes a bit. If we're going to have this conversation, you see, I think people forget that with Eastern Orthodoxy, it's not a pick and choose. And even the people that I see melting down, it's a lot of ex-Calvinists, a lot of evangelicals, a lot of catechumens that are crashing out in the comment section. And then people are asking them to debate. JP Uncut has been asking you guys to debate. No one wants to call in and have the conversations on one of your dogmas, the intercessions of the saints.
Nobody.
Shout out JP Uncut.
I mean, I've brought in Brother Zons, who has been studied up on this topic. I think maybe because they're intimidated by him, but these guys don't want to have a conversation.
I'll keep it a beat. Zonzi's scary.
Yeah, I mean, I've been going around making all these polemics that they've been talking about.
No,
I mean, I was hoping someone would show up, but
I mean, a couple of people did show up, but they were lower IQ individuals. Now, the first dude was cool, but
yeah,
after that, I mean, bro, my Twitter's full of these pagans just running their mouths, and they don't show up.
So I want to up the ante. Let's have it. And I can't even get a clear answer on this. The only person that's given me a clear answer on this is Moret, who is my Oriental Orthodox guest. We're going to put out part 2 of that conversation. And he granted, yes, if one of our dogmas contradicts Scripture in the first 100 years of church history, we cease being the one and true church. I need that granted, and I couldn't get that granted. So as I'm figuring out a prompt and just even trying to figure out, like, am I thinking in the right way? Because this is what my Oriental Orthodox friend's saying. Is the Orthodox thinking the same way? Or is the bar to entry and the need to falsify anything becomes impossible? Then what are we even debating about? What's the point of even debating, right? Especially when I got other things going on. So I'm trying to figure that out. I'm also, I also just preached at my church this past weekend. I preached all 3 services on Sunday, and I preached on Thursday. And so I'm trying to figure this out. I'm talking to someone, and someone, again, this person will remain nameless, but we're like, hey, let me put together some numbers. Let me figure out what it would take to make a debate with you guys happen. And I'm waiting for them. And then once I was going to hear back from them, then I was going to hit Jay up. And then, to my surprise, I hop on X, and there's Jay crashing out again. Now, Jay will say, you don't say that I'm a mean guy, and that's why you don't want to debate me. No, it's not. That's not it. I'm not mad at you because
Ruslan, was Was that Adam Sandler? Or was that Jay Dyer? Chad, did you catch that? Ruslan, that was an Adam Sandler impression, not a Jay Dyer impression. Chat, tell me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, chat, forget you guys. That was Adam Sandler. That was not Jay Dyer. Just pointing this out, bro.
You're mean. I understand you can handle decorum, but the way in which you handle yourself online is insufferable. And the cult that you have built around you is insufferable. The orthobros are insufferable. And again, multiple things can be true at the same time. I could be wrong about having a catechumen at the event. My bad. We will fix it. We will make it right for you guys. At the same time, the way the orthobro community went nuclear, and specifically their Pope Jay Dyer crashed out on me, as I'm trying to work these things out behind the scenes, as I'm trying to get a moderator, as I'm trying to figure out a prompt, as I'm actually having to preach this past weekend at all 4 services, which requires a degree of prep, and then for him to crash out to me shows to me that he's a big man-child. He's an immature man-child that has no ability to understand that, hey, guys who have like families and responsibilities and staffs and payroll and all sorts of things they're responsible for don't like being spoken to in like this is an MMA fight and you're going to bait me into MMA fight. And my question to you guys, the Orthobros community, is at what point does Jay cross a line for you guys? At what point does it go too far? Is he
There is no line to cross when Jay Dyer is your God. Jay Dyer can do no wrong. Jay Dyer can do nothing. God bless you, sister. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. And shout out to Fisherman for giving out those super chats things, membership things. Thank you, brother. But let's carry on.
Really allowed to say whatever he wants to me? He's able to say F your channel, you're a pussy. He's able to say all this stuff to me. And I just have to take it on the chin, pause. And if I don't debate him, I'm gay and I'm fake, while acting very gay and fake. If I'm a grifter and I'm all these things, why did you come and sit with me? Why do you want to come to my event? Why are you mad that you didn't get invited into the room? So having said all that, I would need Jay Dyer to publicly repent and apologize for the way he crashed out on me while I was trying to figure out an actual debate. And I need him to do it with the same chest bumping that he did. I need him to do it with the same energy in his apology. Because this has happened before with Jay, and it's honestly old, and it's annoying. Now, having said that, I would love to have a debate on one of your guys' dogmas. Let's figure out a time, and let's find a reasonable opponent. Despite popular opinion, you guys don't know, I've actually never even had a formal debate. So I don't even know what Jay is trying to prove in debating me. That like Ruslan, the guy that has informal conversations and wants to represent people accurately, is gonna lose in a debate with like Jay. Like I don't.
Again, who does this guy think he is, man? Like, oh my gosh, I need you to debate me. I need you to debate me. Who does these guys think they are, man?
I really don't understand, but I was willing to have it, and now I'm not, because I think the entire thing is evidence of someone that is behaving very spectrumy. Like the dude has no emotional intelligence in terms of anything that's going on, and he keeps having meltdowns and crying, and then saying, "But I can hold my own in a debate, and I know what the quorum is." But you don't know what being charitable and graceful and kind online is, especially with one of the only people that was trying to give you a lifeline and trying to get you to events and trying to get you to have these conversations behind the scenes. He doesn't know that. And so anyway, I find the entire thing goofy and just lame. And there seems to be these two camps of the Orthodox online. There's the Orthobros, which again, I just find completely insufferable. A lot of these folks came out of, at least the leaders came out of presuppositional, Calvinistic, we're so certain about everything. And now they're Orthodox. And then I have like the normies on the ground that are some of the most kindest, gentlest people. And
yo, we have a special guest that is going to be joining soon. Now, I'm not going to say no names.
If you don't tell me who it is, bro, I'm leaving. Bro, just tell me right now. Text me, bro.
I don't know why you said it, bro.
Text me right now, bro.
I'll text all 3 of you clowns.
All right, go ahead, bro.
Well, only 2 clowns, because both of you guys are Mexican. Zanzi's not a Mexican. Well, is he an honorary Mexican?
Yeah, Zanzi.
I think maybe for tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. Wait a minute, Zonzi, you
I'll
eat Mexican
text you
food?
3 to let you know who's gonna come.
Zonzi, do you ever eat Mexican food?
Of course, I've eaten Mexican food.
There you go, bro. Remember, I had
go.
a whole debate with an SDA who told me that in Galatians chapter 2, because they ate like a Gentile or Jew, you become what the entrees that you eat. So
Yeah,
I
you
won the debate.
ontologically transform into what you eat.
Exactly. I won the debate, or I guess he won the debate because he said, because I've had Panda Express, I'm Chinese. And I was like, bro, are you serious right now? Johnny Chang is rolling over in his grave. Okay?
Fellas, don't say no. Yo, bro, that Chinese song almost be having me cry, bro. Alright, y'all check your text, but don't say nothing.
Let me see, bro. And based on this, I'm either in or out. No way.
But
no way, I'm out of here.
Wait. Taco
Hey,
Bell.
don't say names.
Taco Bell is
I'm
not
out.
Mexican, though. To be honest, someone's saying
No,
Taco Bell. Taco Bell is not Mexican. That doesn't ontologically change you into me. You gotta eat actual.
I'm mad. I'll see you guys later. Take me out.
Mauler, for real, you leaving?
How do I
The
click?
computer said you're not leaving because you my guy.
I
made the
leave right now.
Tupac joke. I ain't a killer, but don't wait. I ain't a killer, but don't.
You need
The computer says Tupac.
The computer said Tupac. Nah, that's mad blasphemous. Yo, somebody said, please not to rap. I'm crying.
Bro, that's literally, that's why I asked. I asked that because I was thinking it's a rap. I was like, bro, come on, bro.
Yo, I like Sarat, man. That's why I don't like
do. I like to rap a lot, bro. It's hard not to.
I do like Sarat. I think he's a knucklehead. I think he's wrong on a lot of things, but I can't say he's not saved. You know what I'm saying?
But
you guys know you guys are gonna be in for a treat. Ortho Bros. I can't say no names, but you have Mauler. If the individual,
I'm gonna stay, but we'll talk about it.
The computer said metaphysics might.
When Ruslan mentioned your recent streams, how literally know he joined. Oh, yeah, but I mean, let's be honest. What are we arguing about? They already think that you're heretics. So let me just tell you guys, when they pull up. So last night we had some trolls pull up to the server. By the way, we've been hearing about this server raid, but it wasn't a raid.
Server raid?
No, it wasn't. Not like the Tradcast years ago. Those like 3 or 4 server raids we had. No, this was like 4 dudes. So that's not really a raid. So anyways, they pulled up and this dude immediately comes in. He's like, Mauler. He's like, why don't you go and call into Jay's show? And I was like, okay, well, why would I call into his show when he's blocked me on Twitter and on YouTube? Why would I go to him? I'm not the one blocking him. So he's obviously emotionally going to block me. And then he mutes people and throws them off his boomer speaker show. Why would I do that? You know what he said? Hold on. You know what he said? Let me tell you what he said. He said he didn't block you. And I said, how do you know he didn't? What are you, a Dyerite? And he says, no, I'm Roman Catholic. But he says, I know this. You don't have epistemic justification. He started going. I was like, no way, bro. You're trolling me. He literally got me, bro. And literally right after that, bye-bye, Dyerite. You had to go, bro. We had to boot like 4 dudes last night because they were all Dyerites.
Now, let me give Metaphysics Mike a recommendation. Metaphysics, if you do want to talk about the deity of Christ, Zanzi's a very nice guy. I think you would enjoy talking to him. No, for real. Zanzi's a very nice guy, so I think you'd enjoy a conversation with him. Now, regarding this guy right here, who said Metaphysics Mike debate me on CK's channel, Scott, you would get burnt to a crisp. I mean, we're both Trinitarians, but you get burnt to a crisp, my friend. So, do not debate Metaphysics Mike. You know what I'm saying? All right. So there we go. Let's carry on.
God is very zealous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, bro, this guy will debate anybody. He's debated Sam Shamoon. He's debated William Albrecht. He's going to debate Jay Dyer, he said. Yeah.
Who are you talking about, Toronto?
No, this guy.
Scott.
Scott.
Scott. Yeah, Scott.
Yeah, he's going to call into Jay Dyer.
Yeah. All right, let's carry on.
They sometimes say, well, I'm going to be, Protestant in secret, and I'll still pray with you guys, and I'll still do events with you guys, and all these sorts of things. And I often can't get a clear answer on what you guys even believe. Like, I was watching Josh Nadeau get pressed in Alex's stream about even coming to my event and even praying and worshiping with Protestants, because we're heretics. Remember, we're heretics. We're not in the ark. The church, the one true church, is the ark. We're not in. And he was getting pressed on that. But then I talked to other folks, and they're super kind and super gentle.
Ruslan is cooked, and if he was here, I would tell him to his face, bro, that he's cooked. We know that. Zanzi, you're cooked. CK, cooked. JP, you're cooked. And guess
I'm not cooked. I'm cocinado, way.
Oh, orale. Wait, hold on. JR says, Mauler, that was this morning. Yo, JR, how do you know that was this morning? How do you know that it was this morning at 2 or 3 in the morning? How do you know that, bro? Are you lurking in my server, Essa? Is that what's happening? Huh? What are you doing? How does he know that? Yo, chat, find out how JR knows that. Yeah, I said last night, but it was 2 in the morning. Yeah, and then I slept for 3 hours, and then I had a meeting, and then now I'm here. You know what?
Fellas, remember, JP doesn't get cooked. He gets cocinado, way.
Cocinado.
See, that's how the Mexicans say it, right? Right, CK? Cocinado.
Cocido.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go. Fellas, you got to be patient. We're doing this review.
And so I just think there's so much sleight of hand with these conversations. There's so much chest thumping in these conversations. And I would love to have these conversations. But what I'm not going to do is sit here and need to defend every single Protestant doctrine under the sun. I want you guys to substantiate your claims as the one true church and your dogmas that, in my opinion, contradict Scripture.
Yo, JR, what do you mean you were there? Oh, wait a minute. This is the other JR? Yo, bro, I thought I was talking to the oneness JR. That's JR. My fault, bro. I'm used to seeing the picture, bro. I'm so stupid. My fault, JR. You know what? I had a lot of animosity towards you because, you were just, I don't know, bro. Can I just be honest with you? I felt like disconnecting your internet. You know what I mean? Like just unplugging your modem real quick and just watching you. Well, what happened? That's how upset I was. But bro, now that I know it's you, JR, thought you were the other JR. All right. Hey, your dog's manifesting.
Yeah, I gotta hold her hostage. Let's go.
In the first 100 years of church history. So I'm willing to have that conversation. Jay is going to need to grow up. Jay's going to need to understand how to talk to grown men. That we're not UFC fighters. I know this is blood sport to him. This is not an MMA match. You're not gonna call me gay and bait me into a debate. No, you need to be a man, apologize, repent, show fruit of repentance, and then maybe someday we'll have a conversation. But until then, let me know. Who do you guys want me to debate? I'm so willing to have the conversation in person, formal structure on one of your dogmas that you claim is unchanging. That you can, and by your dogmas, let me be specific: intercession of the saints, icons. I want to have that conversation. You must confess your sins to a priest in order to have your sins absolved. I want to have that conversation. Those are conversations I'm interested in. And I have some degree of standards. I don't do things virtually. Why?
JP, look at that comment. There you go.
Where?
For Ruslan, bro. MP 4231.
Ruslan's my wig. Gotta thank that bread. Protestant Jesus told him to. I mean, yeah, I don't.
Let me ask you guys a question. Does Jay Dyer make money?
Nope, he does this purely for charity, and he doesn't sell courses.
Oh, all right.
It's all for love. That's what he does.
Amen.
Yeah.
Because despite popular opinion, you guys think, oh, he's afraid. I'm actually known to crash out on people as well. And so I've set boundaries in my own life to say, hey, I am not going to do virtual conversations. I want to be in the room because there's something different in the room. I need to have a moderator. We need to have a structure to the conversation. We're not just going to get gish gallop, and I'm not just going to be lectured about logical fallacies and epistemological certainty. Okay, I'm not interested. I want to have a real conversation, and I want you guys to substantiate that you're the one true unchanging church, and your dogmas don't ever change. Yet we see, I'd argue, a good amount of changing from Scripture and into the first 100 years of church history. That's the conversation I want to have. So, if you guys have somebody that you would like to see me have that conversation with, drop their name in the comments. I would really like to see that, and maybe we could figure out a moderator. Maybe we could figure out some time to do this. Not on your time. Not Ruslan, drop everything you have going on. We understand you got a book. We understand you got a summit. We understand you're doing a tour. We understand you also preach and teach at your local church. We understand you have a family with little kids. No, drop all of it and do it right now. I don't owe anyone a conversation. No one's entitled to come onto my channel. But I want to represent you guys accurately. And I feel like I've done Up until this point, I've done a fairly good job. Even with having Josh there, I feel like I've had a really good intention job to represent you guys accurately. And that's often met with initially love bombing, and then secondly, just complete meltdowns and whining, which to me, and I'm not saying Eastern Orthodoxy is a cult, but this pocket of Orthobros is very culty. It's very culty. You guys all have this, the creators in this orbit all kind of have the same aesthetic as Jay. You guys all have the same 80s Knight Rider type vibes to yourself. Like, it's all very culty.
Miami Vice, 007-ish.
That's what I've been saying, but among other reasons.
Yeah, I mean, why do they all have the same? Why do they all have the same thing? That is kind of weird. They have like that Miami purple looking thing.
Oh, the pastels.
Yeah, it looks kind of weird. No offense, CK, right? But you know, because you have purple yourself. But...
no.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Pastels, bro. You know what I mean? CK, you know what? CK's got that like gangster purple. Like what he's basically saying is, with that imagery right there, is he don't care, man. People are, you know, the enemies around him, and sweating it, bro.
Anything to be like Daddy Dyer, right?
To me, and that sucks because my on-the-ground experience with Orthodox folks is
Go ahead, Mauler. What you say?
No, I was just gonna say, did you? Yeah, it's another topic. We'll talk about it some other day. Go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
Very different. And so I'm not saying I have some moral high ground. I'm saying because I know my flesh is weak, and if I end up in a situation where I get angry, I don't want to put myself in that type of situation. I don't want to misrepresent Jesus.
What?
Oh, they deleted the message. Whoever did that.
I don't want to stumble into the flesh. I know my own weakness, and I know there has to be parameters and boundaries towards these conversations. And so, unfortunately, Jay has crashed out. He's cussed me out. He's cussed me out privately. He's cussed me out publicly. He said vile things about me that I just are not true. All along, when it was efficient to benefit from my platform, he asked to come on my platform twice, mind you. Okay, he asked me to call into his live stream several times, mind you, and posing as this like I'm just a comedian. Meanwhile, all he does is sit and debate theology, which is cool, right? Which is cool. But there's so many people lined up, willing and ready to debate Jay Dyer that he doesn't want to. Okay, again, true Orthodox. Okay, they've been asking for debate. Seems like you keep ducking them. Why is that? There's all sorts of people that are willing to debate, and yet. It seems like he only wants to seems. I'm not saying the seems is certain. Okay, stop with the all or nothing thinking. But it seems like he only wants to debate people with much bigger platforms than him, and I think that's lame. I think if we're really about the seeking of truth, you should be willing to debate anybody at any time, because that's the expectation of me, isn't it? So what's with the double standards? So having said that, Orthodox listeners, I appreciate you. I think you're wrong, and I'm not going to back down from that. But I appreciate you, and I appreciate the pushback, and we're going to make it right. Me and Gavin Ortland will have a conversation. Let me know who you guys want to have a conversation with. Secondly, Orthobros, you guys are insufferable. I've seen this happen before. We've seen it happen with the new atheists. Then we saw it happen with the Reformed and Restless group of everyone being 1,000-point Calvinist. And then we saw it happen with the online manosphere, red pill community. This has came and gone before, and I promise you.
It is true. On the internet, there was a point in time
that was pretty accurate. It was the Calvinists, it was the crazy ones, and then
let me give you the order.
That precept.
So first it was Calvinism. Then it was always saved without Calvinism. Then it was free grace.
Yeah, but no, I would say in between there was Catholicism, the Tradcat.
That's what I'm saying. I'm giving the order.
That's later? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Then it was Catholicism. Now it's Orthodoxy. So now this is the big thing. And each time it got more disrespectful. Yeah?
Yeah. I wish I could pull up the old videos, because I had it in chronological order when I would do the videos against what was going. I remember that one time I did that stream on the Didache. Man, all the Catholics were like, oh, Mauler's going to turn Catholic. I literally pulled up the Didache to cook them. And they're like, bro, this guy. I was like, bro, Didache don't help you, bro. Help me.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's carry on.
If Jay Dyer is your cult leader, I promise you, if this is your pope, if this is your king, this is not going to end well for you guys. This is going to end in doom. And my question to you is, where would you draw the line with how Jay Dyer acts outside of debates? Where is the line? Some of you guys want me to be a Trent Horn apologist or Gavin Ortland apologist. Like, those guys don't want to sit down with Jay for their own reasons. Some of the same reasons I'm dealing with now. If you don't understand why, you may need to see if you're on the spectrum, okay? Because there's very obvious reasons why. And it's because he's a crash out artist. He crashes out, he gets angry, he melts down, he wants to be invited to everything. And when he's not invited to anything, he's mad, and then he crashes out and he's mad, and he doesn't understand why people don't want to deal with him. This is why people don't want to deal with him. It's because he'll say things in the most vile manner and disrespect people, and then wonder why they don't want to be his friend or want to be friendly with him. This is why. And it's not Jay is mean. It's that Jay lacks any sort of self-awareness in terms of what he's built and the culture that he's built around himself and the cult-like mindset, the fanatical.
You can run, Ortho Bros, but you can't hide. You can run, but you can't hide.
Mindset of these people. So if you're really after truth, you can hop on JP's live stream, and all you guys that are in the comments crashing out, go hop on. I think he's doing a stream tomorrow. You guys can hop on. You guys can debate it. You can debate it till you're blue in the face. Okay, if you're really about the truth, Jay Dyer, if you're really about the truth, I want to see more debates with the true Orthodox. I want to see more debates with folks that formal debates with folks that have way smaller platforms than you. Just baiting people into debates that all have bigger audiences than you. It's not fly to me. It's not cool. It's not like you're not proving anything. If anything, you just keep affirming that when someone says no to you, you melt down. And I guarantee you, and I'm not going to go back and forth on this. This is my final video. I guarantee you, he's going to keep melting down. He's going to keep crashing out. And this is my deeper concern: is anyone that acts this way online, anyone that's this chronically online and consistently behaves this way, usually has some deeper unresolved issues. There's some cognitive distortions there. I don't want to pathologize this dude, but this constant need to whine and cry and melt down every time something doesn't go his way and be hysterical, and then his audience does the same thing. There's some deeper issues there that he needs to work through. I don't know how he's going to work through them. I don't want to pontificate on what's happening in his personal life. This, to me, is another week. I get constant videos made about me. If you guys don't know, constant videos all the time from every pocket. From the fundamentalist to Ruslan makes money and therefore he's bad to fill in the blank. So this to me is not something that is keeping me up at night. I had a great time preaching at my church, at Rhythm Church, for all 4 services this weekend. I'm just bummed that like I've seen this before and I know where this is going. And mark my words, 5 to 10 years, this community of all these guys that are absolutely certain about everything is going to be a shell of itself. This ortho.
I mean, these guys can't even join up to debate or have a discussion. Like they can't even they can't even do that. So when you have a community of people that just bark but they don't have any substance, like everybody on Twitter that I talk to, they have no substance. They have nothing.
Wait, hold on. Can I say it? Put me on the record. They manifest like dogs. Am I right, chat? Put me on the record. They manifest like dogs. Dogs. No, bro. What is that? Why, bro? He's a psychologist. Yes, bro. Yes. What's the problem, bro? He's trying to diagnose what's going on with Jay Dyer, bro. There's nothing wrong with that.
And I think the same thing is going to happen with Catholicism. Last year, because their own people,
DK dropping bombs, bro.
Their own people, in Catholicism, they saw how their apologists would dodge all these debates. They saw Sam and William not wanting to debate. Kelly, HHS, multiple people. They saw how they would make excuses, and so they don't realize that them not taking these debates is actually making them look bad. And the same thing is going to happen with these Orthodox apologists.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, Sam Shamoon and all these guys, they don't really debate. Like they don't debate this stuff, And that's important to recognize. All right, we're almost finished with this, and then we're going to hit the doctrine video, and then hopefully our guest shows up when he can. All right, let's carry on.
community, not Eastern Orthodoxy, the Orthodox community. And those of you that say, "Oh, my priest tells me not to listen to Jay Dyer. My priest says don't listen to him." I think those folks should step up. I think we need some of those priests to step up and speak out. Say it publicly. Say it with your chest. Because I'm telling you, this stuff is not going to go well. I've seen it before. And this whole thing is going to crash and burn at some point. I'm not saying right now he's not going to be scorching hot. I'm not saying right now he's not going to get opportunities to speak. The short term, he's probably going to keep bubbling and beating his chest and leaning into the debate bro sphere. And I think that's fine. But I think long term, this thing's going to fizzle out. And if this is who you guys want to represent you, and no limits, no restrictions, the ends always justify the means. Jay Dyer is blowing up, so he can say anything about anyone and crash out on them. Good faith people that are actually taking the input of, bro, my bad, debate. Okay, my bad. I'll fix that. I didn't title the video. I got it. Like, I'm not someone that has gone out of my way to misrepresent you guys or call you guys idol worshipers or to say any of these sorts of things about you. If anything, I've gone out of my way to sit with Orthodox folks and accurately represent you guys. But that is seldom received and seldom replicated in these conversations. And I just find the whole thing lame. So anyway, that's my last time talking about it. If Jay cries about it and he reacts to this, that's fine. I will ignore him. And I think that's his deeper fear. His deeper fear is not losing a debate. His deeper fear is being irrelevant. His deeper fear is why am I not invited to the cool kids table? Jay, I'm not that important. This isn't the cool kids table. These are my events. I'll do them how I want to. And people don't want to deal with you, bro. And I've tried. I've genuinely tried. And you just don't get it. And that sucks. And I hope that someday you grow up and someday you become an actual man with honor and dignity and respect. And when you do that, maybe you and me will have a conversation. Maybe we'll have an informal conversation. I actually would want nothing more. But in the interim, I got to set some boundaries. You are irate, delusional dude to think that you are entitled to anyone's time, to come on anyone's platform, and to have a debate with anyone at your beck and calling when you summon them on X. You're not that important, bud. And neither am I. But there's certain boundaries we got to have, and there's certain standards we as men operate by, and this is not one of them. So anyway, let me know your guys' thoughts in the chat, in the comments. Who do you guys want to see me and Gavin Ortland sit down with? Please don't name anyone in the debate sphere orbit. I don't want to, and you're just gonna get blocked immediately. And who would you like to see me debate with? That's an actual honorable person with respect and dignity, and I'm not talking about just niceness. I mean,
I don't know, man. I don't know if there's any kind of EO that Ruslan should talk to at this point. I mean,
EO?
Yeah, I mean, bro, I'm having trust issues now, man, with that community. I mean, they're dropping.
Are they calling them out? Like, are they saying anything?
Well, it's because Ruslan believes that he has to do right because, he has to do right because particular individuals are saying that he did bad by inviting a catechumen, which I would say the catechumen did just fine. He had the blessing. So that's that. I don't see an issue. You know what I'm saying? All right. Zanzi, get ready because we're going to do some doctrine stuff. So
hold on. Is any EOs going to pull up? I thought
we'll see. We'll see what happens when our guest comes up. But we're going to do the little refutation thing, and then we'll see what happens from there. But the EO community is scared to death, as you can see. I mean, think about it. We have over 150 people watching, 170 to be exact. And none of these EOs are coming. None of them.
Zanzi's ready to literally headbutt the camera. Like, he's like,
I mean, it's frustrating because these guys talk so tough, but they're not here. It's almost like it is a cult. They're like, hey, I command every single EO not to talk to these 4 individuals. And listen, Zanzi's a nice guy. You guys see Zanzi's fruit. You guys see, well, no, CK said he'll burn everything down, but you guys see Mauler's fruit.
Yeah, bro. I don't produce any fruit, brothers. All right. Don't be fruit inspectors, brothers.
I mean, you guys see the fruit, man. So the fact that
here's the thing, that they run crazy in the comments,
bro,
but then
on Twitter, bro,
aren't willing to conversate.
Bro, they were talking crazy. I mean, post the link on your channel, CK. Post the link on your channel, since And then we'll do this, and then we do have that guest is going to come in for a little bit. But these guys are straight up cowards, bro. They're cowards. They've been running for their lives. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And then we have this guy right here who made a video, who made a short, a YouTube short, or a Twitter short, going, oh yeah, JP has been refuted. There are church fathers before the year 300. And we refuted him too. He said he was going to come up. He's never come. You know, we've been live. We've been doing this show live. He hasn't come. No one's coming. I mean, I'm not going to say this brother's scared. Seems like a nice guy. But these individuals, man, is I don't know what's going on.
That's right. Hey, hold on. My boy Jersey Shore Realtor says Mauler ain't fruity. Facto, bro. Facto.
But we all got to show fruit. You know what I'm saying? But all right, let's see what's going on here.
Oh, this is your boy. I know that.
The cloud. Yep. So these are the guys. He made a separate video. He thought he was cooking with this. Essentially, in this video, he's trying to show sources of where there are early church writings before the year 300, and none of these are really authentic in the case of church fathers and things of that sort. So take a look at this. The witnesses get things revealed to them, specifically us praying to them, which is not active in the first 300 years of the early church or in the New Testament.
Wrong. That's wrong. He says this a lot in the video response, that there is no evidence for petitions to the saints in the first 300 years. I mean, I can just name two off the top of my head real fast. One is we have Saint Hippolytus of Rome in the year.
Yeah, the doctrine of intercession of the saints doesn't exist. JP been cooked so many times. Oh, really? Would you like to join up and tell us where
I'm not gonna lie, that's a W take right there. Good job.
Cocinado.
Cocinado.
All right, let's go.
Year 200, who basically entreats the three holy youths, and there's
we already went through this. As we can see, Hippolytus, he entreats or he invokes other people such as Nebuchadnezzar. So yeah, that's that.
Yo, Jerry, you're stupid. This guy said double Mauler, double JP.
I'm debating the guy above him, Alex Sar, on MDD at the end of the month. What's MDD, Mauler?
What debate platform? What's it? Oh, modern day debate.
Oh. Wonder what topic?
Bingo. If I were to debate on there, I'd win. Because I'm a modern day debater. I debate modern day. Yo, real quick though, what's that? Oh, that's not an EO. My fault. So we don't have any EOs in the back, JP? None of them?
Bro, these guys ain't showing, bro. These guys are scared.
There's a ghost down back there?
They're scared. I mean, CK's posted the link. I've posted the link.
Yeah, I got it pinned.
They're terrified, Mauler. They're terrified. All right, let's go. Let's carry on.
By the way, icons of them in the catacombs at this time. There's tons of petitions to the three holy youths later on, the liturgy of Jerusalem.
The liturgy of Jerusalem.
Oh no, this is where JP does his research. Here we go. Everybody, let's wait. JP's gonna do his investigation.
All right. Let's see. The liturgy of Jerusalem is often dated in the 4th and 5th century. He literally started this video saying, of course there's prayers to the dead in heaven or the saints in heaven. Of course there is in the year earlier than 300s. And then he mentions the liturgy of Jerusalem, what's in the 4 and the 500s. Make that make sense. Make that make sense.
Doesn't have to.
But anyways, this is what he writes. Tell me, you three boys, remember me.
We already went over this. If we read the full letter, the full commentary contextually.
Oh, wait a minute. This is about the three youths.
Yep.
Three youths. The three youths. He does the letter with the three youths. You guys remember that? Utes in the chat. Utes in the chat. Just Utes in the chat, bro.
Yep. All right, hold on. Give me a second. Buddy of mine asked for the link.
Layman said also he called him out on X and dropped the link.
Yeah, I mean, bro, they're not. I mean, brothers. I mean, Jay Dyer has been reached out multiple times. You know,
it's 2 Utes, but here it's 3 Utes. That's right.
Yep. All right.
3 Utes.
So here we have RK47.
Wait a minute. Hold on, everybody. Nobody move. Is that Ruslan?
Nobody move. Nobody get up. You know
The
that-
head, the head wigger in charge.
Oh, what?
Yo,
You
first,
can't, bro.
First he was Fly Shoes. Now he's the head wigger.
Oh my goodness.
I wonder what's the next name gonna be. Fly Shoes was cool.
I don't know. This dude Ruslan be making money though, so he needs to repent.
Yeah, he
By
needs
the
to
way,
repent.
you got cooked. You were cooked because you guys don't believe in this doctrine. Ruslan, real quick before you say something, are you realizing that we're getting a bunch of EOs telling us 2 different things? That you don't have to believe in intercession, and that you're still good to go? Like it's a non-denom church. Then we have the other group that says no, you're cooked if you do.
Well, many people say that Orthodox were the first Protestants, so there might be something to that.
She. Wait a minute. Did I do that right, guys? She. I always got to check with the chat.
I mean, Ruslan, I don't know what's going on, man, but you were there on Twitter. You saw all the responses. You saw the nasty things people were saying. You saw how all of the EOs jumped on me.
No way. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but bro, Mauler, check this out. They're not here. They're not here. Here we
You know,
have.
I think if a community is going to have their North Star be if someone's willing to debate them and only live vicariously through their cult of personality, it's very bizarre that none of them showed up to debate you, or one or 2 of them showed up to debate you.
And they were the nice guys, so they weren't even the ortho bros. So none
They
of
were
them.
they were the we know where the Spirit of God is, but we don't know where the Spirit of God is not type.
Hey, bro, where did you get that saying? Yeah, real quick.
Not from church history.
This just in. You guys are gonna be happy with this. This just in. Apparently, you're being accused, JP, of using AI in a deep fake with the Nicholai video.
No way.
Wow.
Bro,
Are you
what?
serious?
Okay, I'm gonna show you the message.
I used the deep AI.
You used the deep
Bro.
AI fake, and he's broadcasting right now. He's saying that you guys are liars, and that somehow you doctored up this video, JP. So just tell us the truth.
I don't believe you, bro. They couldn't have possibly.
All right, I'm sending you the message right now. But you have a lot. You have a lot of explaining to do, bro. If this is
Yeah.
true, you did a deep fake.
Deep fake AI.
On counter.
You talking about the one where he was dropping the F-bombs and the N-word with the hard R?
Yeah, this is a snapshot right here. A homeboy too.
Bro, he was talking to the Think Institute. It was live.
You
when
know
I
what?
was
You might have to
reviewing
play that video again. I'm not gonna lie, Zanzi or Ruslan, you're probably good at spotting AI videos. We should play it and let's see if he thinks. Look at this. Check your text, bro. Check your text. Too Smooth sent me that.
I mean, bro, my computer can't even run a live stream, much less. So TC and his boys are using AI to make Nicholai say the N-word. Wow. The counter docs just said
That's crazy.
Yo, the counter docs just
That's
said
crazy.
But why am I getting dragged? Like, bro, the computer said it had nothing to do with this. Yo, bro, and let me just say this.
Bro, I might be able to contact Joel and he could say for himself that he had that conversation with him and that's what he said.
Wow. So, bro, Ruslan, this is how we do accountability in the Eastern Orthodox community with a lot of these guys, the Ortho Bro community. When you say the N-word, just clean it up and say that it was AI.
deep fake.
That's wild.
Wow.
Very fascinating.
Does he know what video we're talking about?
Yeah, I saw the stream. I was in the gym earlier and I was giving my daughter and my son a bath. So sorry for taking so long, fellas. I was not trying to be Hollywood.
Bro, there are people,
too late, Ruslan. Too late.
Bro.
Oh, real quick though, can you put a stop to this? Because why am I getting dragged into this? This is the second time. Yeah, the computers say that Ruslan had the problem with Jay, but then I got dragged in. I got a message on X, and I didn't even know my name was being dropped, bro. So I'm just tired of this. Okay,
I think it's important to qualify that it's Jay that has a problem with anyone that doesn't glaze Jay. That is very important to establish. Is our first presuppositional point about epistemological certainty.
Oh my goodness, this guy, bro. I heard that script last night, bro. I had to throw out like 4 people saying the same script.
No, that is wild, bro. These guys
So
are saying,
what do you think the solution is then, Ruslan? Like,
I want them to be more sensible in their critique. Like, what is the critique? Like that I tried to represent you guys well and it didn't go up to your standards. Like, okay, fine. What and then it's like if there's going to be accusation, right? Like Ruslan's a grifter. Well, then why all your people want to come sit down with Ruslan the grifter? Why did Jay ask me to come on twice on my channel? Why is he constantly asking to come on my platform? Isn't that say more about him than it does about me? That's kind of weird. So I would just say, and functionally, like I would really love to know what do I do that's different than Jay? Like Jay is a multidisciplinary comedian / wannabe rapper. I don't even know what to call him, right? A thought leader. He's worked with Alex Jones. And so like he is monetizing in the same way all of us are monetizing. So I don't even understand like the critique. Any critique you hurl against me, you hurl against him. So like I think most of this is just projection in my humble opinion. I think this is more so Jay projecting his fascination with rap music and his fascination with wanting to monetize his little cult. And so that's fine. Like I get it. I think he was probably very bullied in high school, and this is him, channeling that. But
somebody
Go
said
ahead.
that this was like a month ago, and I picked up on it that he's at the height of his power. Like he's more popular than he's ever been, and it's happened like in the last 4 or 5 months. And I can't remember what event got him there. I don't know if it was the whatever debate it was, but he's like his subscribers and his numbers have gone up. So they're saying that has something to do with it, meaning where he's at and what that he can do no wrong. So
maybe I know Jay goes to confession, so if it's really a true church, I hope he fully confesses this to his priest, and I'm sure the priest will give him some direction in that, and I think he'll be fine. Like I think he'll land on his feet. But the cult itself, we've seen this before. Like even down to the aesthetic. Like did anyone else notice that it's almost verbatim the Fresh and Fit, Miami Vice aesthetic? Like this is so copy and paste. You need an out group with the red pill stuff. It was women with this community. It's anyone that's not orthodox. Like it's a 1-to-1, and I don't think people understand that this is WWE to him, and so it is what it is. It's a fun thing for him, but like I'm a grown man, like I'm with kids and a family, and so I'm not going to entertain this, and that's fine. But I'm really just calling in to say, like, where are all the chest thumping EO people that have so much to say, but then when they have an opportunity to call in, why don't they call in? What's going on? And why is Jay not calling in? Like he wants to debate so bad. Why is he not calling into your guys' stream? Why is everyone needs to call into his stream so he can mute you and talk over you and lecture you about presuppositional apologetics?
Yeah, go on Twitter, fellas. Go on Twitter to the chat. Let the Ortho Bros know. Let Jay Dyer know. Mauler's here. Ruslan's here. I'm here. Tell him to call in. Like this guy's a straight up coward, bro. These guys are coward.
Yeah. So Ruslan, you are open to debating Jay now? Is that right?
No, not anymore. No, not
Okay.
anymore. I mean, it's just not. It's like respectfully, like it's just not worth my time. Like, there's no scenario in which that makes sense. Whether that's like literally me sneaking away from my family to hop on the stream with you guys. Me like I teach at my church. I teach at my young adults. There's a bunch of stuff I do that I don't put on social media. So like JP is going to be with me at our event in DC Saturday, right? So I have a theater, like an actual ticketed theater show
on,
in
bro.
Saturday in DC, and then we're at the Sony Music Hall in Sunday in New York, in Manhattan, in Times Square. So I have so many things going on that it's honestly not worth my time
Yeah.
to go back and forth with someone that like I genuinely think is fake. Like this dude, what he is saying about me is what he's always felt all along. And he felt that all along and then repeatedly asked to come on my stream, to come on my channel, to have me collaborate with him, to come to my summit. That is super fake. And there's a lot I'll tolerate. There's a lot I'll
Yeah.
tolerate. I can't tolerate fake. Like Mauler, I respect Mauler, for example, because he got some issues with me. He brought him to me. We hopped on the phone. Some of his takes were valid. I adjusted. But it wasn't this like fake, like, I'm gonna pretend to like you and ask to come on your thing and keep checking in and can I come? I'm in California. It's so like that's mad lame to me. Like as men, I just don't think we're supposed to behave that way. So I don't get it.
Bro, it's gay. I don't understand where this went left. But just be honest. Like you've been pretty honest. Did you catch that vibe at the beginning? Did you think that this guy was kind of being kind of slimy or two-faced or something? Or were you
Yeah,
just
a little bit, because I got a random DM like call into my stream. We'll give you a fair shake years ago, and and I don't do that. Like I'm just like I don't know you. Like why would I call into your stream? And then like the Redeem Zoomer situation happened, where like Redeem Zoomer thinks he's calling into a comedian's stream and then gets walked down on hundreds of years of church history. So it's like is that even a like they're upset that there was a catechumen at my event, which is fair enough, but that's what you do. Like you call in and talk to normie evangelicals and you won't call in other people's streams. And I don't know when the last time he even had a formal debate was. So, I don't know. And for the record, I called Jay 3 times. I didn't say this in my video. I called him 3 times, twice on FaceTime audio, once over the phone in the middle of his meltdown. And he refused to pick up, blocked me, and then and proceeded to cuss me out on X, blocked me over text and repeated to cuss me out over DMs.
Why didn't he pick up? I don't get it. What
I don't know why he didn't pick up. I don't know why he didn't pick up. I think I don't know. That's between him and the Lord.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that he didn't pick up.
Yeah, it's go ahead, Zans.
No, what I'm finding is, I think they want us to pretty much call into their shows. I've been told, hey, go and call into one of these shows. I've called into Soren before. I don't feel the need to go call into Dyer. But at the end of the day, we open up the panel for so long, open challenges, no one shows up. I'm just confused about what this is all about. And the second thing is I'm just finding that they're using the hammer of church history. Everything is church history, church history, church history. When we actually want to talk about church history, they're not showing up. This is the constant challenge. So I don't know. This community is just kind of burnt a lot of people, I feel like.
Yeah, they burnt out, bro. They're straight burnt out. Like it's like I don't know. I don't want to pontificate or assume. I don't know how many of these guys are incels. I don't know how many of these guys go outside and touch grass. I don't know, but it seems like a lot of the same stuff I saw from the Red Pill community when the Fresh and Fits were mad at me and Rolo Tomasi was mad at me. It's the same avatar of people. And I don't know if these guys are like, I don't know. I don't know if they're on SSRIs. I don't know if they're taking Adderall. I don't know if they're abusing drugs. I don't know what's going on, but there's a whole lot of just weirdo behavior.
Is it peaked and you see it kind of dying now, or you still think it's got legs?
No, I think it got a little bit more time. I think it'll ride its course. I'd give it another year and a half tops, and then I think we'll see what's happening with the Red Pill. I think it'll inevitably happen to the Orthobros community, because on the ground it sounds like Jay's losing support of the priests. That's what I keep hearing. Is my priest told me not to talk to Jay, listen to Jay. My priest told me not to listen to Jay. I don't like. I'm seeing a lot of that compliment. Those
I've been
comments
hearing that for years, and there's a bunch of people. Like I said, I was going to go live because we already had like 3 or 4 people that were going to pull up and just say, I want to stand and say, I'm not down with this dude, and he needs to repent.
Yeah, and this is something that's like I don't mean to be this guy, but like this is kind of his reputation amongst his own crew, and I won't say anything else, but like amongst his own circle, that's also his reputation, and I won't say anything else because I don't want to put no one else out there, but. Again, I think he's going to lose the support of the actual priests, and then you will be a schismatic, or you'll have to taper down.
So he might
it's going to go in those extremes.
Orthodox. He might end up.
No, I don't. No, I'm not saying that. I think he'll always be Orthodox, but I think that's the.
Have you I think like Craig Tugela, Sarah from Hamilton, a couple of the fathers, they're the real guys that I see who are actually genuine about the faith and promoting it in a proper way. There's the Ortho Bro movement, which I've just largely at this point ignored. I had a conversation with Soren, and he was okay. And there's nothing wrong with Soren. But after that, I got called names and stuff like that just for having a conversation. But I do find some people that are really good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there are some fathers that are really good, and there are, I think Craig Tugela. Um, but as far as like this community, I'm just not used to it. I was never part of Red Pill, so I don't know what that what that even is. Um, but I think I am not. I'm just very much getting insulted all the time. So I've just kind of stayed back as much as possible. You know what I mean? And I see you kind of getting that. So
Yeah, I think that's probably the wise moving forward because you're right, bro. Like the
Yeah.
guys on the ground are super sweet. Like any of my real in person
Yeah.
interactions with these
They're
priests, they're super kind.
yeah.
Some of them don't even want to discuss this stuff publicly. Like I love having
Mhm.
Father Josiah on. He did not
Mhm.
want to talk about this stuff publicly. He didn't want to substantiate the claim of them being the one true church. He didn't want to talk about how is one saved. He didn't want to talk about these things in terms of what separates us. He just wanted to talk about what unifies us. And that's cool. Like that's very sweet. But I think if this is going to continue, that someone's going to have to differentiate why do you guys believe you're the one true church, and if you are the one true church, can your dogmas contradict themselves and contradict scripture and contradict the first 100 years of the church? And that's a conversation they won't even grant. Like Marek,
They
the
won't go there.
Oriental Orthodox dude, was like, yeah, bro, if one of our dogmas contradicts scripture or church history, we're wrong and we're not the one true church. I can't get any of these guys to grant that. So it's like we can't even go in and have a conversation because then it'll turn into, oh, brother, you don't really understand orthodoxy. You don't really understand orthodoxy. Or it'll turn into, oh, it's a holy mystery. We don't know. We don't know. It's a holy mystery. That's where it's going to go.
Facts. Wait, why am I jumping to weird conclusions? Oh, weird jump. Oh, like Ruslan.
Yeah, bro.
You're
I'm
saying
leaving
I'm
this.
jumping to conclusions with Ruslan? Yo, bro, what are you talking about? We got data here. This is like I've been dealing with this.
Ruslan, that's the same question we asked too. Like, why is the Orthodox Church true? And they instead talk about philosophy, circular arguments. Oh, the church is true because it says so.
No, and then what they end up
okay.
doing is just saying, CK, what do you believe? And then they basically crap on what you believe and go, see, orthodoxy is true. And it's like, bro, that's not how this works.
I want the record to be shown, though. Ruslan doesn't normally do this. We have over 250 people watching collectively because CK's live, collectively. And Ruslan is here, and not one single EO Ortho Bro showed up. I want the record to be shown. Like, we're dropping this. Like, Ruslan, going forward, if someone's an Ortho Bro, block them. Because you're here, they're not. That shows how fake these guys are. They can flap their lips, or in this case, their fingers, but nobody is here. But you're here,
Yeah.
Ruslan.
If
CK's
they
here.
don't show
Mauler's
up
here.
to this, I don't know how else they will show up. Like,
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's game over. And guess what? They reached out to Jay Dyer. They told him we're live. He knows we're live. He's going to probably pretend he didn't know we were live and then tell us to go call into his show.
Oh, just for the favor, there's a person that we all know called His Humble Servant, and I'll tell you this: he's been literally open challenge on the topic of the sinlessness of Mary, and he has found 0 people to take that on. He would take Jay on tonight if he was given the opportunity, right? And again, I'm telling you that because just to kind of represent, HHS has, he's open challenged, right? He just says anyone, including Jay Dyer, and no one's
That's
taking
a
the debate. There's,
suicide mission, bro. That's a harder
there's just open
doctrine.
challenges, right? That's all
Bro,
I'm trying to say.
But that's a harder doctrine to prove than intercession of the saints.
But they got to defend their doctrines.
Bro, nobody, bro. I think it goes further than with intercession. I argue apostolic and anti-Nicene fathers. I think with the sinlessness of Mary, that gets deep into the 5th century. If I'm not wrong, Mauler. But
Yeah.
we getting
I mean,
into
it starts early. They substantiated with the Evangelium of
okay.
James.
Yeah, Augustine, right? Augustine.
No.
Yeah.
With,
Yeah.
with
I mean,
the-
all I'm trying to say is we've had open challenges listed. It's not like there hasn't been. It's
Yeah,
just they're not going to take that.
and I want to encourage you guys, Zanzi. I loved you and the way you were asking clarified questions earlier. I think the conversation should change to substantiate your bold claim of being the one true church. You substantiate that. Substantiate that without attacking sola scriptura, without attacking non-denominational Protestants. Substantiate your claims, because we're not making those claims. And I think we've too long have gone down every single rabbit hole and discussed every single. And then what it does is you're just jumping around, you're gish galloping, you're all over the place, and that's not a debate. Like if you were at the summit, JP, you were at our summit. We had a debate prompt that was based on, is the biblical God a Trinity? Yes or no. Someone takes an affirmative, someone takes a negative. That's an actual debate. So I would encourage you guys, keep pressing them to substantiate their wild claim. Make them substantiate their claim from Scripture and from, JP says the Ante-Nicene fathers. I'd say the first 100 years of church history.
Yeah,
Make them
apostolic, yeah.
substantiate their claims. Don't let them run to sola
Yeah.
scriptura. Don't let them run to anything else. Substantiate the claim from Scripture, because they believe Scripture is authoritative. That's the thing. They believe Scripture is authoritative. They just feel like they have a monopoly on the interpretation of Scripture. And that's, it's a circular argument at that point.
Oh yeah, we will, Lord willing. We'll keep our foot on their necks, figuratively, metaphorically speaking, of course.
Yeah, if
All
any
right,
of
well,
you
I
guys
guess
want to do a formal debate, though, I'm sure we could facilitate that. Like, if anybody wants to debate, I'm not really feeling Alex right now. Like Alex tried to say that my Bless God Summit was a racket, and it was behind the scenes, back doors to rig the debate, and all the kinds of
yeah,
wild stuff in his stream.
look, I'm gonna say this, Ruslan. I
What?
don't think Alex is a bad dude, but I think he has a lot of people behind him that get in his ear and get in his head, and he has to make statements like that. Because again, the catechumen dude did excellent. No one in there
Yes.
said the catechumen got cooked. No one in there said anybody, bro. It was just people saying what they believe. So they would have to show and demonstrate that what you did was fallacious. It wasn't fallacious. You did nothing wrong. And I think Alex is a good dude, but people got in his ear, and now this narrative's being pushed, and he can't go against the narrative. Here's the thing with the EOs, and let me go on the record. What Jay Dyer says goes. When Jay Dyer says that it's rigged and that you were wrong, you think Alex Soren's gonna get up and say Jay Dyer's wrong? Are you out of your
Wait a
dang
minute.
rabbit mind?
You're saying he got it from him?
I'm saying that if Jay Dyer says that what Ruslan did was wrong, these dudes got to say the same thing.
And this
There's
is all
nothing
because of
Jay
the
Dyer
EO
has said that I've seen that these guys have publicly disagreed with him on. Haven't seen it.
But this is all because so I caught a stray because of the EO dude you had on stage. This is all about that. They think you're a rodent because you had some dude on there who repped.
Who had the blessing of his father.
Yeah, but did he do that bad? I watched like 5 minutes.
No, he did great. He did amazing. That's the hilarious part about all of this. They all acknowledged that he did amazing. Alex acknowledged it. Jay acknowledged it. He did great. So what are we mad about?
I don't know, bro. Apparently you're a rodent. This guy's setting up everything. He's like, yeah, let me give you a script. Yeah, I saw 5 minutes of it. It seemed like it wasn't a debate. Everybody was pitching their.
Yeah, bro. This is bad, bro.
Yeah,
If
but
I were
for the
Alex,
record,
I would have just been like,
I'm more than willing to facilitate a debate. If any of you guys want to do a formal debate on one of their dogmas, I'd love to facilitate that and try, if we're trying to make progress. I'm not opposed to debating someone. I'm not really feeling Alex based on the way he tried to say he said nothing negative and he wasn't bad faith.
No,
And
he
when I
did.
pointed him to that, I said, bro, you said the event was a racket, and we he threw the debate, and it was behind the scenes deals in your live stream or whatever he said. I'm not quoting him verbatim because they really love that. I didn't say that verbatim, but literally. And so I said that to him, and then when I called him on it, all of a sudden it was, I knew you were a bad guy, and I knew you were not nice,
Now,
and you told
Ruslan.
me everything you needed to know.
Now, Ruslan, if you want a recommendation for somebody to debate against the Trinity for your next conference, if you're doing anything like that, this guy's. Now, again, I want to be very clear. He's a good Unitarian. I hate to say good Unitarian, but I think he's the best up and coming Unitarian right now. So If you could find somebody that can engage him, I think it'll be a good debate. Metaphysics Mike, you probably seen him around, but he's a good Unitarian. So,
And I think all of us.
well, hold
Go
on,
ahead.
hold on. Ruslan was saying something. Go ahead,
No,
Ruslan.
I just want to address this because again, like so many of these things will get repeated, right? So like Ruslan found time to call in to JP's stream, but he won't debate Jay Dyer. Do we understand what a debate is? Do we understand that it takes time to prep for a debate? That I don't
Yeah.
do anything remote. Like you guys can't be this low IQ and brain dead. It's just the regurgitation of the same talking points make you guys sound like a cult. Like I hate to say it, you sound very culty. And so I called in. I took 15 minutes out of my day to call in, which, by the way, I tried to call Jay 3 times. He lied to you guys, omitted that truth from you guys that I tried to call him. And I called in to chop it up with my guy JP, who I'm friends with in real life. I'm going to see JP on Friday. So stop. Like, you guys got to stop regurgitating the same brain dead talking points. You guys, you don't sound like Orthodox. You sound like Orthobots. Cut it out.
Yeah, and I think all of us would be down to debate. The problem is finding an EO to debate.
I mean, bro, Ruslan has been here for 30, 40 minutes. Where are these guys?
Not
Where
even
they
gonna
at?
lie. I'm not even gonna lie. Ruslan sounds like he's snacking right now. So you
I
guys
was eating dinner. I'm literally calling y'all in the middle of dinner. My wife made a bomb shrimp, rice noodle salad.
Oh, let your wife know I said hello, Ruslan.
I will.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. I guess we could start wrapping up. But Zanz, you want to ask Ruslan anything before we get going?
No, I think we're good. Yeah, Ruslan. Yeah, I do appreciate work. I know that I've been watching from the back. If there are good EOs, I think there are good EOs. I don't want to paint them like a bad.
Yes.
Craig Tugala, I would recommend. I think, in my opinion, he's top of the line. I just think this community. I think everything you've said is correct about this particular community. So
yeah, best video. Best video.
And Ruslan, as I was saying, for next year, for your conference, Metaphysics Mike is a very good non-Trinitarian. He's up and coming. I don't know if you've seen him. So you'll find a lot. You'll be surprised. Not a lot of people might want to take that challenge. So just fun fact. But yeah, that's my recommendation. That'll be a good one.
Yeah. Does anybody in the chat got a question before we wrap? I haven't gone live in a while, so if the chat got a question, like a specific question, like don't do the why are you gay question, or why won't you debate Jay Dyer question. Like those things have been asked and answered. Like if anybody has an actual question, I would love to answer any questions. If any of you guys got a question
we'll do
before we wrap,
so this is what we'll do. We'll do. This is it's
send a super chat.
Orthobots is trending, but you do have a super chat, bro.
No, I did get a super chat. Orthobots.
Yeah, see, Orthobots is trending now. See what you did? See what you did?
Yeah.
And then
Somebody said Metaphysics Mike versus Jay Dyer. You must be out of your rabbit mind, brother. You must be out of your mind. His humble servant said, I want to say thanks for coming by, Ruslan. Oh, you saw his video, Ruslan, or a live stream or something? Oh, yes.
Yeah, I think so.
To you. Yeah, I sent it to you.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah, that was a good
was a
one,
little
man.
turn.
Yeah, people are running out of patience with. And again, I want to go on the record. I don't want to hear any EOs run their mouths. I know you guys are watching. Ruslan is right here. Somebody said Mike versus JP. No, sir. I don't want any other spotlight. Ruslan will tell you, I've never asked Ruslan to give me some kind of, I'm not going to say clout event, but I've never asked, like, I'm not looking for clout in events. So I've never asked him to put me on something like that. Debates, give it to somebody else, man. I don't want no clout or recognition. It's bad enough people ask me for pictures and things like that. And
somebody on my live said, question for Ruslan, will JP's on?
I did get a couple of super chat questions too.
Okay.
Like my man was mid sentence, bro.
Sorry,
hold on, I got a super chat.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Do your super chat. Do your super chat.
Was it a
no?
Was it a super chat?
Go ahead. Give him the charity question. It's charity. Give him. Go ahead. That's a charity question.
This is a Dolphin. He's a question for Ruslan. Will JP's on CK and Mauler be in the studio soon? Heart emojis.
Who say that one more time? Sorry.
In short, when am
The-
I, CK, and Mauler going to be in your studio? That's what that guy's asking.
Let's figure out a panel to do. We could do a panel. I only have 4 cameras and 4 mics in here, but we could do something. I mean, there's 5 of us here, so that'd be a little tricky. We should do something at a like on a vlog, like when we're outside together. I think that
Bro,
actually be
bro,
logistically easier.
California, bro, that's wild, man. That's wild, bro. California, that's crazy.
Oh, it's the West Side, bro. Get used to it.
Yeah,
What is that? Your super chat. Click the super chat, bro.
Yeah.
Drop 10
hold on. This guy requested up. What do you believe Yahweh is king?
Do I believe Yahweh is king?
No, this guy is.
Oh,
you're a Hebrew Israelite?
Oh, this is the Aztec Mexican Black Hebrew Israelite.
Hey, orale, Holmes. What you get here, Holmes? Who sent you the link?
You have a nice day, my friend. We're not talking to Hebrew Israelites here.
That was crazy.
Hey, there's a super chat.
Especially not
Would
Mexican
you ever
Black
be
Hebrew
interested
Israelites.
in speaking with some Lutherans?
Yeah, I really want to speak with some Lutherans and some Anglicans. My boy Glenn Scrivener is an Anglican. I really want to
Why
speak
don't you
to some
talk to
Lutherans.
Dean Zoomer? He's you know.
Yeah, any Lutherans that are like priests or clergy and want to come, let's just tap in. I'm very easy to get a hold of, so let me know.
Okay.
Hey, Victor, stop running your mouth, bro. Not only do I have defined theology, I'll run circles around you, bro. Knock it off, bro.
All right.
Stop
What do
running
you
your
think it will take to get EO priests to start holding themselves accountable?
Yeah, that's a good question. It should
EO priests to hold themselves accountable?
Let me read that. I think I misread that. Send another $10 super chat, Mike, so you could rephrase the. Imagine
to start holding their own community accountable.
Let's read this. What do you think it will take to get EO priests to start holding them accountable themselves?
Start holding them accountable
for the
themselves.
priests to hold them accountable.
Yeah, I think what it would take, and I don't want this for them, but I think what it would take is this influx of folks that are, supposedly attending these Eastern Orthodox churches. I think it would take like some scandals within these young dudes that are coming in, the guys that are dropping the N-word, the guys that are crashing out on the streams and the comments. I think if they saw that manifested in their real life, I think they would have to do something about it. And I don't want that for them. Like I don't want them to do that. But I think that's probably what it would take, is that it would take some sort of like impersonal manifestation of an ortho bro wilding out, and then they have to do something about it.
We got another super chat. Ruslan, what is your favorite Christian YouTube channel?
JP Uncut.
Yeah, see, I knew he was gonna say that. Yo, Ruslan made a song and he included me in the lyrics.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Remember that, Ruslan, in the concert?
I do remember that.
Yeah, fun fact, man. I'm gonna take that one to the grave. All right. Okay. Ruslan is there, a guest that you want to speak to that you haven't spoken to yet. Well, he's right here, Christian King. Is it already happening? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Someone I've spoken that I haven't spoken to. That's a good question. I want to speak to more artists and like creative types. I think that's always interesting.
What kind of artists are you looking for, Ruslan? Like music,
visual artists. Like I think what I really vibe with Josh Nadeau on is like the idea of like beauty is an apologetic. And I think if I'm going to give the EO their flowers, like I think that their icons, though I don't think are to be venerated and bowed to and kissed, I do think there's a beauty to them that is mesmerizing. And I think sometimes because Protestants tend to lean more iconoclast, we don't have the same bar for beauty and for standards in terms of just art and that sort of stuff. So I think like I would love to talk to more visual artists and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I'm involved with the Christian. Most of them are Protestant game dev community. So some of them are leading companies for 20 years. They've worked pretty hard on the AAA, AA games. So I think that might be interesting for you.
Yeah, that sounds fire.
Yeah, they're working on like Christian video games. They're trying to redeem that part of it. The one person
those games are corny, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, they haven't come out yet.
Come on,
they haven't come out. Some of them haven't come out. One person I was going to tell you is I think you should consider Reverend Joshua Shuping. He's an ex-EO and he's a Lutheran now. So I think
I know Reverend Joshua. I think I reached out to him.
Yeah, so I'm actually having him over on Friday. I'm interviewing on Friday. So if you want to, he'd be excellent. He's so knowledgeable. I'm telling you, he was a EO priest. Now he's Lutheran. So I think
Zanti,
he's a
spoiler
perfect.
alert. Why did he leave? Just really quick, do you know? Sum up. Why did he?
You really want to know?
Just yeah.
A lot of it has to do with the gospel and PSA. In the fathers.
All right.
He has a whole story about it. Yeah, he has a whole story about it. But
Wait, he's coming on your channel?
he didn't. Yeah, he's coming on Friday. He didn't like the attitude of EOs. He does not like the attitude of EOs, which
And
turned
he
him off.
left?
He left the yeah, he was a priest that
So
left.
what is he now?
Lutheran.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I've been
anyway,
trying to
he's
have him on. I think the issue
incredible. Yeah.
is just that he's far, you know, and I
He is
do
far, yeah,
only in
yeah.
person, and I forgot where he was at, but we texted. Cleave to Antiquity connected me with him like a month before
Yeah.
he became EO.
Hey man, you know, I'll tell you this. In the last stream that Cleve had reviewing him, which was like last week, he was saying stuff like, you know, I want to see his like his testosterone results and stuff like that. I don't know what happened, man, to this community. I'm
What?
telling you.
Who said that?
Cleve was saying, "Oh, I want to see Joshua Shooping's testosterone
Bro, I'm not
results."
gonna tell you, bro. There's some kind of EO amoeba, bro.
Yeah.
Eating people's brains, bro.
Yeah,
Don't call these
it
dudes.
got that bad.
All of a sudden, they're tough guys, bro. Is
Mhm.
that what happens?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's what they're
That's wild.
saying. Yeah, what do you lift? What's your testosterone? All this other stuff, man. You know.
Fellas,
So
I got to
anyway.
wrap up, but I see you guys just added somebody. Who is this? Who's this friend
Oh
of ours that did
yeah,
something?
this is Pastor Chris. He's
Hey,
from
God
Australia.
bless.
Yeah, he's from
What's
Australia.
up, Pastor Chris? Thanks
Go
for
ahead,
joining
Chris.
us.
Yeah, what's up, Chris?
I was just wondering, have you considered, like, after the real debate, having some of the real crazies on the back end? So Random describes it as NASCAR debates. You know, the like Mr. Steve debating Toronto or something
You're
like
saying
that.
here or over there? You're talking about CK.
No, on Ruslan's.
Oh, like what
Oh.
you're saying is like not
Like that's
moderate.
the double feature.
Hmm. You mean like
Yeah.
like not moderate, not like structured and moderated, just like
Open forum.
open forum.
Yeah, just as a signing out. You know, the people come for the real education, and then can just let their mind go for the second part and hear some of the crazy fringe teachings that are out there, and hopefully
like the
hear
clown
some
show
of the
debates, like
some of the
Tazariak
reasons
and
why
Ben
they're
Quirk.
to be avoided.
Yeah, Ruslan, don't do those. Like,
Yeah, no, I think the thing is that we try to do stuff in person, and with the summits, like we really do try to keep those classy. And so it
Yeah.
just it becomes hard to justify like some of more of the, you know, this is like why we're not going to have Muslims at the event, you know. So we're trying to not like go completely off the rails and keep it classy. And I think we've been able to do that. You know, first year we had Alex O'Connor versus David Wood, and then we had Jacob Hansen and God Logic, and in both of those debates, like though there was a little bit of trash talking, but like both of those debates, everybody walked home friends, and it was all love, and it was all good afterwards. And I'm more interested in those, and I think you do that with a structure, not an open format.
oh, Ruslan, I don't know if you have one more minute, but the guy
Yeah,
that
yeah.
made the live stream, in your like the guy that supported, the guy humble servant, he wants to say hi.
Okay. There's also a super chat about Marcus Rogers.
Well, I didn't read it on purpose.
Yeah. No, it's all good. I would just say Marcus Rogers is the reason why I'm much more careful. Is like he taught me a valuable lesson in not like just hopping on lives and crashing out with people. And that was 2022. So I haven't done anything virtual in any sort of contentious conversation since that Marcus Rogers conversation. And he taught me a great lesson in terms of like, hey, like don't have intense conversations over, you know, streams, have them in person. And I think those are always going to go better. And I would say that up in the ante moving forward, like tense conversations need a moderator and they need structure, because I've been in situations where people just talk over each other, they gish gallop, they don't answer questions, and I think that's why a prompt is so helpful. And so I do want to do more of those.
HHS, you wanted to say? Well, I got you in so you could say what's up.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, for one, tell Ruslan myself, I like to tell everybody myself, that I appreciate all the conversations he's brought forth, learned a lot from him. And, it's unfortunate, the situation in terms of the behavior. I've been dealing with it for quite some time. You said I sounded a little turn up. I've been dealing with a little bit of that for a minute, but But I'm glad you ended where you did, man. And I just pray you keep doing what you love to do. But I really do appreciate your work.
Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I appreciate that video too.
Yeah.
I listened through a good chunk of it. All right, fellas, I got to dip. Kids are still about to go to bed, so
Yeah, thank
I
you
had
for
dinner with you
stopping
guys.
by.
Thank you guys so much, man. Sorry it took
Ruslan.
so long to get here, and yeah, keep doing the good work, man. I want to see more of these conversations. I would encourage, like, we got to have prompts and order and structure, and
Yeah,
I think
they're
when
not gonna
that is
happen, bro. These
established,
guys are afraid. But Mauler's gonna call Jay Dyer out tomorrow by himself, so we're gonna see if Jay Dyer shows up to Mauler's stream tomorrow. We'll
yeah.
see if that happens. I doubt it.
Okay, appreciate y'all, man.
Take care,
Y'all
everybody.
have a great night. Love.
All right, man.
No,
God bless.
God bless.
All right. Well, there you have it. CK. Well, I learned a lesson here today.
Yeah, I did
Ortho-
too. You're cooked.
No. I'm not cooked. I'm
DK's
cocina.
cooked. Chris Oakley's cooked. And HHS has been cooked. I'm
No.
probably still okay.
No. CK is cocinado. And I'm sazonado. How you say sazonado? Sazonado.
Sazonado?
Yeah, I'm
think.
sazonado. Yeah, there we go. And Mauler, since you're a Protestant, tú estás perdonado. Yeah, we got cocinado, sazonado, y perdonado.
Perdonado. Look at these messianic Mexicans, bro.
And
I'm officially the fat guy in
Zanzi,
bed.
since you're a Calvinist, tú estás en pecado. I'm kidding. I'm just saying things in Spanish to rhyme.
Hey, look at that in the chat, bro. JP got bodied.
Yeah, shout out to Metaphysics Mike. Metaphysics Mike wanted to have a debate on the deity of Christ with me, but unfortunately, I don't know philosophy or nothing like that. But brother, I think Zanzi, that would be a good conversation. And I do recommend Metaphysics Mike to go to Ruslan's conference and debate somebody. So I don't agree with the position, but I think that Zanzi will have I recommend a lot of people to Zanzi because Zanzi's very, very charitable. So if you're somebody that doesn't agree, Zanzi's not going to yell at you. I've done seen Zanzi get a little animated a few times. It happens, but I fully recommend having a discussion with Zanzi. Even HHS, but Zanzi is really mellowed out and naturally mellowed out. It ain't drugs.
Well, I have talked to Mike before, so
no, of course,
Talk
and I enjoyed the conversation with that as well. You and
Yeah,
Alan.
Mike.
That was a good conversation.
Mike's he's all right, dude. He's not. I don't have no ill will towards Mike.
Yeah, of course. But I think it would be a good thing. But with that said, I'm gonna end the stream. Mauler's gonna do his outro, so I'm kicking everybody out. Mauler,
Bro, this dude just likes to hear the song, bro.
I already got the song. All right, CK. As soon as I press end, everybody's gonna go to you. All right, CK.
Okay.
God bless, fellas.
We'll open up the panel, continue the conversation there.
Yeah, HHS. We're going straight to CK. God bless you.
God bless. All right.
All right. Chris, I'll see you at CK. Chris.
Bye-bye.
Zans, and Mauler and CK. I'm gonna send you guys a collaboration request for this live stream. Keep an eye out so I could have you guys on the title. Same thing with you, CK.
Okay.
All right, CK. God bless. We're gonna send everybody away.
All right.
Bye-bye.
All right, Mauler, give us the breakdown for today, brother.
Oh my goodness, bro. Well, if I have to be the one to break this down, I'm not surprised. Listen, I caught a stray. It was Ruslan. I woke up and it was like the computer say Ruslan, he the one. And then I got shot, bro. So, but it's all good, bro. Okay? Because I really have no problems with EOs. I just want to know what they believe. And hopefully tomorrow, Lord willing, we're going to get into why it is that I took shots and whether we can have a conversation and a discussion. And I want the discussion to go like this. Why are you EO? And if you can answer my questions, we have no issues. But if you want to push back and give me the same, oh, what's your epistemic justification? It's your funeral. You can do it if you want. But anyways, I'll say this. if we can join in love, more EOs can come outside. I think it'll be good. But the question is, really, the debate's going to be, is your church divided? I think it is. I think they're a pre-schism right now, even as we speak. There's people that want to ex-nay all the Catholics and Protestants and cut them out the kingdom. The problem is your church disagrees with you. You can't cut us out. We're brothers. We're part of Christendom, and you can't get rid of us unless you get rid of your patriarchs. Uh-oh. So I'm not going to say you're in a contradiction. I'm not even going to say you're in a schism. I'm simply going to say you got a lot of explaining to do. So if you want, come to the live tomorrow and you can explain it to me there. I have no problems, and I will never mute you. Never mute you. I mean, unless you're belligerent, no problem. I want you to tell me what you believe. I want you to say it with your chest, and I want you to lean in, because people like me, I got time to learn from others. Nothing but time. That's it. Let's leave it at that. If we're all in Christendom, then we need to fight the real enemies. We need to stop worrying about all these other people. Listen, you already know where to find me and all the brothers. Head over to CK, because we out.